A brand new day and a brand new weekend, and what else can be better than that than having this Brawl Stars Challenger Southeast Asia Season 2 kicking things off on today's day. And now I've got AJ7 alongside me. Yes, I'm your host and as well as the caster Necros for the entire day. But we had witnessed such a great Brawl Stars action in the past couple of months. I mean, we have seen the Season 1 happen, and there we have seen some immense competition. But right now, AJ, it's the first time for you in this season. Yeah, you were not a part in the Season 1, but you came down to Season 2. How are your expectations from today's day?
I'm feeling amazing. The hype is definitely real. We have got some amazing teams, amazing players, from the region. I mean, I'm pretty sure the Southeast Asia region is sitting up back straight, and the hype is real. We're gonna see these teams putting up a fight in front of us to get that #1 title to win this monthlies. It's a great chance for many rookie teams as well. So yeah, can't wait to see how things goes.
Oh yeah, I'm really excited as well because just looking towards the teams, and yeah, we'll be discussing on that as soon as it comes upon our screen. But we witnessed some immense action. Revenant XSPARK, they were the champions of Season 1. They had played incredibly well and they have defeated every team who came in their way with a clean sweep. Come on, it was all about a whitewash series that they had in Season 1. But coming down to the Season 2, I'm really expecting somebody to put up a little bit of competition against them. But quickly jumping on to the entire overview of 2 days, we have 8 teams and they will be playing in a single elimination bracket, and all the matches that you will be seeing will be played in a best-of-5 format. From quarterfinals to the grand finals, every match will be played in set of 5, and if you win 3 sets out of the 5 sets, you walk away as a winner.
Definitely, it's always exciting to see when we reach the monthly final because of the stakes are higher and every decision counts, and we have the prize pool on the lineup as well. We have #1 position, we're gonna get $1,000. For the second position, we have 500, third and fourth, following up with $250 each. Still, the numbers are high. We have, it's not about the money, it's not about just winning, it's also about getting the #1 spot. It's also about becoming the #1 in the region. You have to get it. It's a very this region is emerging from out of nowhere. They are so good, and we have the brackets already. What do you think about the brackets this time? We have Revenant XSPARK versus HAPYHAPY first, and I'm quite sure HAPYHAPY is not gonna be that happy to see Revenant XSPARK to be matched up with them first.
Now just imagine you just opening your Season 2 and that too against the previous season's winner. Yeah, Revenant XSPARK, they had a flawless run in the Season 1 itself. They had a 3-0 victory over Reckon. They had a 3-0 victory against CUTIE, PATOOTIES, and also against WIGGLYSPOO'S. But quickly jumping on to the first matchup, it is going to be Revenant XSPARK versus HAPYHAPY, the opener for Season 2's Southeast Asia. And of course, Revenant XSPARK, they are pretty strong. They have showcased some immense class. We have seen the players jumping and doing their best what they can. But quickly jumping onto the rosters, AJ, we've got Sergeant, Jay, and Superwalk for Revenant XSPARK, and we've got Celestial, Sakura, and Killer on HAPYHAPY.
Oh my god, what a roster that is. Sergeant, we have seen this guy, pulling up some great moves every time. And if I had to say, Revenant XSPARK have some, one of the most consistent players throughout the region, and they have shown up in so much LAN events. They are so much experience when it comes to, having the LAN event experience as well, and just being on top of the line of this region. Sergeant Clash, also considered as the 4th best player in the world right now according to the BSC stats. And we have some HAPYHAPY, we have some another rookie team coming up from the region. We have Sakura, we have Killer, we have Celestial. I mean, amazing players, but they have to put up a great fight in order to win against the GOATs.
Oh, they have to do something better, because if you talk about Revenant XSPARK's unbeaten streak in Season 1, they are a force that you should not reckon with. But of course, you have to beat the winners, you have to beat the kings in order to kind of conquer the kingdom. So it works like that. You have to beat Revenant XSPARK if you want to just go up deeper inside the Season 2. I mean, there's going to be semi-finals if you win against this team. Tomorrow you'll be playing the semis against another team from the second match winner. Who is it going to be? But quickly jumping on to the entire conclusions, we had seen SEAFIELD, we have seen CUTIE, PATOOTIES, GBD and WIGGLYSPOO in the previous Season 1 as well. So I'm really looking forward to see how they come back, or what kind of improvements they have done in their team side to kind of do better this time, because WIGGLYSPOO, even though they reached the grand finals, they did not play the grand finals. They had to forfeit, and for that, REVENANT XSPARK, they had a walkaway winning title for themselves. But this time, are they prepared? Are they ready to face all the challenges in this entire Season 2? That's a big question.
Definitely, Necros. The adrenaline rush is real, and the pressure must be on. Having said that, you are going to face REVENANT XSPARK in the first game itself. Opening in the opening game itself, right? So yeah, we are going to head on to the draft very soon. The draft says it all, because I personally believe that you can win the draft, you can win the game. Like if you 40% of the game you can just win it by the draft itself. And the meta is pretty complex right now, because we have over 100 brawlers in the game, so many different kind of maps and game modes. So it's always fun to see what kind of approach these players come up with. We sometimes get to see new strategies in monthlies and even in championship levels. So yeah, can't wait to see how things goes, because these players, the brawlers are going to be in the hand of pro players, so you never know what they can pull out with them.
Yeah, so some of the most picked brawlers, if you ask me, from Season 1 has been Pierce. I mean, we've seen him being used in multiple matches. Then you have also seen Mina and Najia coming into the fray as well. I mean, they have done some incredible damage to the opposition whenever they came in the comp. There has been some lot of drafts. I mean, again, you have more than 100 plus brawlers. You have options like anything that you can use. We've also seen some really crazy plays coming in the last time with the Charlie as well. It has been really an effective brawler. So I'm really looking forward to see some similar brawlers, or maybe something new into the comp of all these players. And probably Sargent might just not bring up the trunk again in the comp, because he was literally having a one-sided way of domination with that trunk. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to see how the first match unfolds, and what REVENANT Esports they have in their bucket.
Yeah, also, we have talked about picks, but let's talk about the most consistent bans. We have seen Edgar and Colette being thrown out of the meta so many times, thrown out of the draft itself, right? And Damien, one of the brawlers, is so strong. Despite he doesn't have any buffies right now, he's just new to the mix, but he is still devastating to face, right? So yeah, these are very consistent bans we have seen throughout the event, and I'm still today, because if you don't have the first pick, you definitely don't want an Edgar or Colette to just wander around open, just I don't know where. So yeah, the draft will be soon, and just can't wait to see how things go.
Yeah, I mean, the draft will again decide at least 50% of the game, how things will unfold, which team will have a better opportunity and will have an advantage, and also what are the modes that we are going to look out for, because we've seen the kind of pattern in last season. We had Brawl Ball, then we had the Gem Grab as well in the mix, and then we had the hotspot in the very end. And it was not in that first day, it was morely on second day. But we have also seen some intense bounty games as well. So I'm really looking forward to see what kind of modes do we have in today's day, for all the 5 sets that we're going to witness throughout the day. That is going to be important. I think we might just start with Gem Grab. So what are your takes, AJ, on that?
I mean, that's always has been the tradition. I have personally seen Gem Grab, to start things off with. We have the play camps ready as well. The goats are ready, I guess. And yeah, I think Gem Grab should be the game, because, I love the, steal games, right? You can just change the timer, you can just make plays, you can make massive plays. There are some brawlers which can entirely change the game with one hypercharge. There are brawlers like Chester or even like Tara, massive pull can help him. So yeah, there are some. I personally like Brawl Ball the most. Like, it's my personal take on that, because quick games, and I love how to, I love when the brawlers just clash around and just keep the ball in the corner to just stay safe. We have the order already. We have Gem Grab, then followed by Brawl Ball. Then we're gonna see Heist Pit Stop. We also have the maps. Then we're gonna see Hot Zone. And at the end, if we are gonna be lucky enough to see so much of the chaos happening, we'll get to see Knockout as well.
Oh, interesting one. And as we were discussing that, yeah, we'll be starting with the Gem Grab itself. Then we have the Brawl Ball. Again, it has been interesting. And so far, REVENANT XSPARK in the Season 1, they have completed their set of matches by just ending it on the map of Heist, and we have seen how things have unfolded, the way they have played, bringing in some really good brawlers out there. Otis has been amazing, being used in a couple of times we have seen him. But today's day, HAPYHAPY, they have a big task, right? If they even manage to beat REVENANT XSPARK in just one match itself or one mode, it is going to be a big benchmark for them, because nobody has been able to do that in this entire Season 1. So if it happens in Season 2, there will be at least something new that we are looking up forward.
And as you mentioned before, we have seen Sergeant pulling up some massive plays here with the trunk. And, you know, I'm pretty sure that the opposition team might just ban him out just to see Sergeant in the opposing team, right? Shade is also one of the brawlers who are actually working out really well in the current meta and is pretty much consistent in a lot of game modes, even in Heist nowadays, right? So yeah, is also a great brawler in this particular map. So yeah, I'm expecting to see, you know, some brawlers like okay, Otis, as you were mentioning. I think Otis is also a very safe first pick, if I had to say. But having said that, what do you think about the bans?
Oh, we can see some interesting bans coming in. I mean, we have seen some it's not like something extraordinary or something new to us. We've seen what happened in Season 1. We've seen some similar bans like that. You're going to see that Mina being banned out there, and of course there will be some more interesting common picks we've seen that has been banned, like Crow, Charlie, Luna being banned, and that is how things are getting unfolded this time as well.
Yeah, we are in the draft where championship can be won before the first shot is even fired, right? You know, let's talk about the brawlers. I mean, Sakura with the Stu. I mean, I'm pretty sure he didn't want you know, Sergeant to pick that brawler, because we have seen Sergeant just zap around in the map with that brawler too, because he got so much mobility. He's such a safe pick, and you know, having corner roughs by his side as a support, you know, he has this ability to shot you know, through the walls. Like, he can just bounce a shot, get some nasty hits, and also he has the, you know, sandbags to just tank some shots. But I don't think so sandbag will be the pick, because we have some brawlers in the opposition team which can actually pierce through the sandbags, right? Nita, another great pick, especially after the buffy. She's amazing. She has a bruise, hypercharged bruise, will be very annoying. And Star Nova, one of the newest brawler in the mix, has been now picked.
Yeah, we were waiting to see Star Nova in the previous season, but we couldn't get much of her, unfortunately. But this time, yeah, we started with the opening game, but also Nita, Damien being in the comp for the side of REVENANT XSPARK, and also Otis as the first pick. I'm really looking forward to how things unfold for them, because on the other end, you've got Ruffs, you've got Stu, now you've got Star Nova. The bans are kind of same. We have seen an n number of Edgar bans in the previous season. We have seen almost Mortis being banned in every match as possible. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time to kick off the first game of Season 2. Brawl Stars challenges Southeast Asia, REVENANT XSPARK versus HAPYHAPY. It is going to be the map where they will look forward to seize a victory, take a lead. This is where you draw the line. It's Hard Rock Mine Gem Grab mode we are witnessing right now.
Definitely, it's just the early game. You definitely don't want to be the first team to make some mistakes. But yeah, we can see some, you know, control coming up from the red team, which is looking nice so far for them. But 3 gems on top of, you know, REVENANT XSPARK, and actually both team now having good mixed control. They're trying to just pinch out and keeping them behind. Sergeant with an interesting gadget to keep them behind, but okay, Stu is still gonna find his lane and will find a massive jump coming in from Sergeant. Might secure a kill, but Stu just on time flies up with the gadget of Star Nova, but it should be enough to get a nice trade on the left-hand side of the map.
The damage is surreal, but Jay will be shut off instantly. Sergeant comes into the play, again drops in, deads the damage, and that's Damien at his best and finest. HP has been depleted massively, but HAPYHAPY, they've got such a big lead. They've got 10 gems in their fray, but eventually Sergeant and the company are looking forward to see something out of that position. But no, it's going to be HAPYHAPY to walk away with the first map itself. Oh my god. In this best of 3 season of this gem grab, HAPYHAPY, they have the first round, and REVENANT XSPARK, this has definitely come out of the picture.
I mean, the confidence might be on top of the level, right? You're defeating the best team in the region, and it's the first opening game of the season, right? And it's the first game itself. You're defeating, Revenant XSPARK. The adrenaline rush might be there. The pressure on the teams must be there. But yeah, they might be feeling some. They might have some confidence now because of the first win itself. We can see Sergeant going aggro in the beginning itself, try to get Sakura, but he goes down with the help of the support coming up from Killer. Wall has been broken, and the top mid of the map, Stu will take the damage booster. Sakura will try to make some control, and the wall coming up from Sergeant. He has the super. One massive jump can be enough to turn the table around, but it's still the early game. And the gadget from Killer will help Sakura stay alive while he was in mid-air.
Oh, the damage is really very nice, but you can already see the gems being stolen away. Revenant XSPARK in the corner chase, barely surviving. Sergeant comes into the picture. Killer still in the tall grasses. Sergeant is just tanking the damage as much as possible. He is way too low, and Sakura will just get the benefit of that situation. 6 gems on the side of HAPYHAPY. They've already won one round, and if Revenant XSPARK, they lose this one, the first set of game, the gem grab, will be in the favor of HAPYHAPY, and they will take the lead in the series with the 1-0 scoreline. But eventually, when you talk about Revenant XSPARK, he's waiting for the right moment to strike and just waiting, taking the time. Sergeant has been dealt really pretty well. Now the damage comes in. The ultimate has kicked in. Sakura will be cornered, will be isolated, will be punished eventually. But HAPYHAPY, they still have the gem numbers. While Revenant XSPARK, they're looking forward to see something out of that position.
I love the timing from Sakura. From Killer, that gadget is keeping his teammate alive when it was Sergeant. And now I see the objective. Now I see the vision of that Star Nova. We were not getting to see the brawler from quite a long time, but now I get the vision. The gadget is keeping them alive, but the countdown already for Sergeant's team, and 10 seconds, 4 seconds in the clock, and it should be enough for them to take the game number 2, and they are still alive in set number 1.
Oh, Revenant XSPARK, they have done some exceptional job. This is how they are keeping themselves alive in the game. Maybe the first game was something that it just happened unexpectedly. You just don't expect results like that often from the side of Revenant XSPARK. But yeah, it is 1-1 in this gem grab so far. HAPYHAPY, they will be looking forward to kind of put some more pressure. They are actually putting a lot of pressure on the side of Revenant XSPARK. There's nothing taken away from there, but you cannot just count out them out of the competition. Superwork goes into the backlines, wants to get Sakura, isolating him on the tall grasses. Inside the tall grasses is very important. Very survives on 5. Nenti Superwork will be traded off instantly by Killer 34.
I see the hunger for Revenant XSPARK, but if they want to kill their hunger, they have to cook. And the cooking, actually, the pressure is on. Sergeant is still staying alive with low HP. Sakura trying to make things work in the corner, but nice pinch coming up from the red roster. Get Sergeant down. The gem lead is massive from Revenant XSPARK. The red team have to do something. And I think they are in much better control this time. But they're just not getting the opportunity. Nice gadget again to just run away. I like the gadget. Timing coming up from Killer. That might be some massive shots, but Ortiz getting a nice kill after muting Killer, and it should be enough for them to pick the 8th gem anytime soon.
Oh, you can see the damage, but Sergeant, a little bit of overcommitment, gets taken down and instantly punished. Superwalk will be punished as well. You cannot lose the gems. That is really pretty important. 8 gems on Jai, playing on the backlines, really important for him to survive. Sergeant goes up close, way too damage on him. He is isolated. He's tanking everything that is coming on his way. Not really something that you expect, but Jai just trying to survive as much as possible, trying to just get the control, maybe take down Sakura is what the really aim is. While Sakura barely survives on 454, goes for a jump in, but couldn't get that one kill that Sergeant was looking forward to. But Sakura still on into those tall grasses. The difference isn't much way too high for Revenant XSPARK versus HAPYHAPY this condition, but now they need the gems. They need at least 3 to 4 gems to kind of equalize HAPYHAPY in the backwards, while Revenant XSPARK, they will still be there on the backlines. Nothing to go for any overcommitment move.
It was unfortunate to see Superwalk just wasting his hypercharge. He just popped it in, but the Star Nova had the super just to reach out that Nita quick and swipe her away and delete her from the equation. Very well done, Revenant XSPARK. They're showing what they got. I think the first game was donation, as mentioned. The sergeant mentions this every time, right? So yeah, this time around they were, they were not letting them win. They were just showing that they are the number one, and they will be, and they are going to be consistent when it comes to staying. Three. Are they trying to get the 3-0 sweep again? Like maybe they just don't want to break this streak.
Yeah, maybe something like that. But we can have a quick recap of what happened in this gem grab entirely. From the very first match itself, HAPYHAPY, they were looking good from the very first second. There's nothing taken away from their side, but REVENANT XSPARK, the kind of impression that they've already created, and people know what REVENANT XSPARK is, who REVENANT XSPARK is, and to defeat them in the first match, I thought that it would have boosted their moral confidence to maybe beat them in the map of in this gem grab mode. But again, REVENANT XSPARK just reminded me that you're questioning us. Come on, you just cannot do that. And they just literally came in with a reverse sweep.
I mean, yeah, this is what the best team comes like. They are here for the blood. They're looking for every set win. I'm pretty sure about that. And set winner goes to REVENANT XSPARK 2-1 this time around. They couldn't do 3-0 sweep this time around. The first game was taken by HAPYHAPY, and I think they had very much control when it comes to the first two games, but they were unlucky. They were unfortunate enough. There were some misplays from REVENANT XSPARK as well. I really love the gadget plays from the Star Nova, a very underrated pick. She was the pick. I really like the approach. I really like the vision, but it was not enough to get win against the rookies, right?
That's for sure. But quickly jumping on to the MVP, I mean, Killer, he was exceptional with 8 kills, 4 deaths. Even though he ended up on the losing side, but that doesn't matter. Actually, he played a really brilliant game. But Superwalk, on the other end, have got 6 kills and 8 deaths on him with an average DPS of 167.02. And this is a bit less than Killer, but come on. A win is a win, and that you have to accept. So REVENANT XSPARK, they're on the winning side. They have won the first game, which is Gem Grab. They will be moving into the Brawl Ball very soon with a new draft. This is the kind of start that REVENANT XSPARK they were looking forward to, but HAPYHAPY, if they want to stay alive in this competition, they have to win the Brawl Ball, because you cannot push it to heist and depend your life upon it. That if we win the heist, we can go further.
I mean, yeah, the pressure is on, and Brawl Ball is one of those game mode which, just boosts the pressure. It's just so important to keep the ball in the corner when you have first goal. But, the timer, I'm actually looking forward to overtime, because it's a game mode where, it's all about thrill. It's all about chaos. It's all about the fun, as well in the mix. But I have seen Sergeant and, REVENANT XSPARK in general doing absolute, they're very good at Brawl Ball and Hot Zone, specifically. And I think the approach will be again with the tank, and they might go for the Damien, but this time around I'm looking for a ban on Damien this time, as such a great brawler. But I think the Star Nova actually countered Damien really well with the gadget. It was just timed so well. She was saving it, and still we can't go. But I think in this particular map, Otis can be one of the most safe pick if you have the first pick, right? It's a viable brawler. You can just pick him anywhere in any map. Also, Chester is one of the picks which is great to keep consistent pressure up in the middle of the map. He has a hypercharge. He has so much variations in his shots and his super. He has 5 different supers for different times, right? So yeah, I think one of the most compatible brawler for this game mode.
Yeah, maybe he can be picked, because we've also seen some really different brawlers in the last couple of games that we've witnessed in the season 1. We have seen Rico maybe picked one time, if I'm not wrong. We have to look forward. I mean, it was something that kind of surprised me. We have seen Brock being picked as well, but in Brawl Ball, yeah, there are some certain limitations to the pick that we have seen in season 1. They were really kind of picky about the brawlers that they were picking and playing the matches. But this time, as you have mentioned, I really want to know a kind of proper draft from you, AJ. What is the ideal draft or ideal comp that you think that will be the best for Brawl Ball?
I mean, you at least need one assassin or a tank. You just can't miss out any of those. You need the support team, just to play passive at the time when your assassin or tank goes aggro. I think those brawlers are very important to have, because without them, you just become very squishy. Your comp gets very squishy, and it's very easy to take them down. As I mentioned before, we have Otis as one of the picks, which is very, very precise in the meta, and is very consistent. We have Frank banned out. We have Crow banned out, one of the most devastating brawler when he gets his hypercharge. I think it's a great ban, because he can also scout grasses, and not just that, he can also deny healing. Great ban. And yeah, as I mentioned before, Damon was banned as well. Frank, quite not sure, but they might have some kind of strategy with that, because these are pro players, they know better than me. We have the global bans: Edgar, Mina, and Mortis. Charlie as well, basically anti-assassin and assassin itself. So we have Sergeant with Stu. As I mentioned before, he's so good with Stu. We have seen him in championship levels, zip zapping around, especially in hot zone. He's so good. But yeah, we are now in Brawl Ball, and it's a great advantage for Stu that he gets a super very easily.
Yeah, and he is going to use that really pretty well. In the entire mix, the last two picks are just left. Having these two, probably something which you are going to root out for, but X9J, okay, this is going to be an interesting pick coming in from his side, balancing the comp a bit, but one last pick is what is left for the side of HAPYHAPY. I mean, he's just looking forward and deciding that what he's going to go for, because you've got Stu, you've got Lumi, you've got Griff on one side, you've got Otis on the other, and that is going to be one last pick that I'm really looking forward to. What do you think it is going to be, AJ? What in your opinion?
I see a chest opened as of now. Like, okay, that's gonna be a Kenji, which is a room maker. Like, he can make room, but you have to be very careful when you're facing a brawler like Griff. You just have to respect the damage. You have to respect the damage from up close. Sergeant is also one of the brawlers who can just zap away from him. He can just rush out. So much mobility for all these brawlers. Shade has so much mobility as well, and if you do it well, you can actually get 3 shots with a gadget from Shade, right? But you have to be very precise with that. But these are pro players, and it can give them a massive a win potential moment, because a super or hypercharge from Shade can actually be potential for team wipe sometimes.
Oh yeah, but this is how we're gonna start the Brawl Ball. The first round is underway. REVENANT XSPARK, they're already in the lead with the 1-0 in this entire best of 5 series. Killer in the front foot. The tall grasses have been destroyed pretty much. You can see that 1 damage is being done. Sakura gets Sergeant down. That Griff isn't working as what it should be. I mean, the very first stage of the game, but Sergeant gets punished. They're pushing as much as possible. The ball is really very close to the goal zone of HAPYHAPY, but they're destroying every other corners, every other obstacle that is guarding the way. But Celestial has been taken down quickly. Killer as well as Sakura survives barely on their HP. They need to heal up as quickly as possible. Griff is waiting. Jay looking for one good opportunity to chime in, while Killer's still intact in that position along with Superwalk, trying to just do some of the damage, and Sakura is barely surviving. One good hit and he was a goner.
I mean, it's very important to take down the, it's very important to just get rid of all the walls in the map, especially if you're facing a brawler like Shade. He's useless basically without the walls, right? And if he just have to duke shots just in case the walls gets out of the equation. We have a nice super coming up from Sergeant just to create some pressure up. The wall break should be there, and I think that should be an easy walk-in and first goal and within the first minute of the game.
The main fact is, we are not seeing HAPYHAPY even crossing the midline. Yeah, this time they're pushing as much as possible. They have to go for it. There's nothing that they can do except that. The ball was close by. Jay pushes it away from the goalpost, but eventually Kenji hops in, gets Jay down. This is the exact Kenji play I was looking forward, because Sergeant in the previous season had played Kenji in a Brawl Ball, and he was literally destructive. There was nothing that could save anybody from his Kenji moves, but now Jay, he will be taken down as well. It should be an easy peasy score coming in from the side of HAPYHAPY, as Sergeant is going to be there surviving. Superwalk comes and respawns in the right time. They have the ball, but still it's going to be Killer to equalize the score in the very, very nth moment of the game. And now this is pressure on both the ends.
He tried to pass the ball to his teammates so he can throw it away, but the Kenji grabbed it just on time. It should be an easy goal for SuperCell as he has the super, and just that was a clean, easy game for Sergeant's team. Revenant and XSPARK taking over it, and they're showing that they are number one for a reason. They have the communication, the chemistry is amazing between these players, and they're gonna show something. I mean, what was that? I mean, the blue roster is just going for the objective directly. The team coming up from Killer, he was just trying to get some mid control. He might actually take down Jay there, but it's not looking good for him as he falls down to SuperCell. Wall break coming in from the Stu, and should be enough for him to take opportunity, and it should be a trick shot going in right straight. That was easy, coming in very clean coming up from SuperCell. That was amazing goal right there. That was a trick shot. Killer just time, he couldn't respawn. He would have actually saved it. Sergeant with the super available right now.
Oh yeah, you can now see the damage being done. Sakura literally pushing as much as possible. Good opportunity. Sakura should get the score dunked, and it is going to be the first one for HAPYHAPY. Exactly what they wanted. Revenant XSPARK, they had no reply to that one. Killer this time coming up close and personal. Damage is being done, and now Killer barely survives in a very low HP. Kenji wants to go all up close and personal, but Stu is just aware of how he should handle these problems like a pro. And eventually Sakura also falls down. Sergeant gets some kills for himself as well, while Jay will get some retaliations. Sergeant is still waiting, and he's depleted to a very low HP. Kenji's counter is how things will unfold for Revenant XSPARK, and they know it pretty well. Celestial being taken away, Stu getting the kills for sure and helping his team as much as possible. Sergeant, in the meantime, gets punished.
Sakura is struggling so much as the wall depletes from the map, and SuperCell looking for his hypercharge quick so that he gets more mobility. The team was just sent back to the spawn. They're coming back, and it's a great time for them to come back to defense. Killer might look for SuperCell, but he's being forced to just stay backed up. He has to heal just on time. Celestial, he had a great connection previously on the Lumi with the hypercharge, but this time around he has the super again, just in case he misses his super. That could be big. It's gonna be enough. Is it gonna be enough? The Sergeant Clash might just throw the ball away backwards again, because I think he wants to just buy his time, and and 20 seconds we're heading over to overtime yet again. Revenant XSPARK, that might be a nice goal. Easy coming in, hypercharge from the Kenji, slices too, gets the healing just on time, but I think the fire from SuperCell should be enough to take him down, whereas Jay getting a nice elimination on the Lumi as well, and it's a walk-in from Jay, and he gets it in just right on time, winning the set once again for Revenant XSPARK.
It's 2-0 in the best of 5 series. Brawl Ball being won by Revenant XSPARK. It's how they've taken the lead quickly. If we talk about it, the first it was a gem grab, then you can see that, I can actually see that HAPYHAPY, they're putting up some really good competition against Revenant XSPARK, which is really a pretty good thing for them. And likewise, as we were talking about it, that Revenant XSPARK, they had everything under their control. It was not once or twice we were seeing that things are getting out of their hand. They have to struggle a lot. Yeah, 1 or 2 rounds can be won by your opponents, but what matters at the end is that you end up on the winning side. And Revenant XSPARK, they're doing exceptionally the same thing that they've done in Season 1 itself, and they're reciprocating the very same thing as what we want them to show us. And eventually in the Brawl Ball competition, it was all about Sergeant, and it was all about X9J picking up so many kills and doing some crazy stuffs out there.
Let's have a look at the highlights, see how much area control Revenant XSPARK had in general. You have the Gref to get a super right, and there was a nice easy walk-in, and this part when SuperCell just tried to defend, Killer was able to grab that ball right on time, and he was able to get objective as what really matters in the game. And in the end, Revenant XSPARK is gonna be the one getting the scores and right on time. Sakura on the other side, I think he was just struggling most of the time because of the lack of balls, and you can see how well that gadget was able to secure them a nice goal in the end as well. So amazing game sense. The draft was on point. The execution was excellent from Revenant XSPARK.
It was actually really crazy. But quickly jumping on to the MVP of this match, SuperCell has 18 kills. Oh my god. 11 deaths for sure, but 263.13 is the average DPS for Superwalk. He has been really good in the entire game, and he will be walking away as the MVP. Along with, if we talk about Killer, he was doing some good job as well, but this time he has been taking down at least 13 times with 13 kills in his spray, so that makes his average DPS almost closest to 63.03. The 0.10 difference is what we are seeing between the Killer and Superwalk, but exceptionally both of them, they have played some really good Brawl Stars action in the last two modes that we witnessed. First it was Gem Grab, and the second it was Brawl Ball, but we move up to the third one, which is going to be the highest.
I mean, HAPYHAPY have to do something at this point, because 2-0 is something that they don't really want to see in the packets for themselves, facing up against REVENANT XSPARK. They have to pull up something. In fact, they have to pull up a reverse sweep in order to stay in the event. Otherwise, you know, REVENANT XSPARK is looking good so far. They are trying to maintain the 3-0 streak, right? And, you know, I believe if that's how we're starting today, then we are here for an amazing series. You know, they are putting up a great show. We are seeing so much chaos in the middle of the maps. And, you know, I just love Brawl because of this reason. You know, the competitive teaches us so much. You know, you win the draft most of the part, you know, mostly you win the game just because of the draft itself. You know, the confident boost from the draft phase itself. Having said that, we are going to be witnessing the draft now for the next game mode, which is, I believe, Bounty.
Yeah, I mean, the next one is going to be the Hot Zone. Then we just gotta check it once. I might be wrong, but yeah, quickly jumping onto the draft. Yeah, we've seen, you know, sometimes I have a little bit of memory of a goldfish. I just forget things very easily.
Wait, I think it's highest because I see Monkey getting banned out, and you know that really makes sense for me. You know, Melody is also out of the equation, so I believe that is heist, which is gonna be the next game mode.
Yeah, next mode is definitely heist, but I was thinking about, you're talking about the next game. Yeah, I mean after heist. So yeah, that I was a bit of confused, but yeah, we got it sorted. Fine, guys, it's all chill. Now we've got Lumi and we've got a Colt in the mix. I'm really looking forward to see how Colt gets unfold, because we've seen him being picked in the last time as well. The Colt being in the fray, then you've got some interesting kit in the comp. Che, he's cooking up something for sure.
I mean, this is where preparation meets adaptation, right? Every pick and ban tells a story, and now that we have a kit, I believe they could pick a brawler that has very high mobility, because you definitely want to reach out there safe with a surprise, you know, with a surprise movement there. And you know, Kit is actually good at dealing damage when he becomes a thrower. When you get on one of your teammates' back, he deals so much damage. He has so much potential with that, but he has to be very careful because he just doesn't have enough DPS, and you just can't leave a Kit alone for defense, right? Because Sakura is one of the brawl, you know, Sakura picking one of those brawler, which is PB, which is extremely aggressive. She's just gonna juke shots, gonna reach the safe, and just gonna deal nasty damage. On the other hand, we have Berry to just provide some healings right on time, and he also charges a super when the teammates heals by standing on the ice creams, right? Sergeant with a Buzz. Interesting enough, I haven't seen Buzz in a long time in the competitive scene, but now that we're seeing a Buzz, it really makes sense why Kit was being picked there.
Yeah, I mean, there has to be something, right? There has to be something that they're cooking up. So I'm really seeing two new brawlers being in the competition, the Buzz coming in, and then you've got Killer picking up some new brawlers in the mix. So this hasn't been like, these two brawlers were not picked in the last one, but you know what? Every season, every match, we want to see some new action coming in, and this time it's time for heist to begin with. REVENANT XSPARK is already 2-0 ahead in the series. If they win this round, if they win the heist, they walk away as the winner of this entire series.
Back to a 3-0 again, maintaining this streak, and looks like the Kit is actually working out. They're dealing so much damage. It's 60, it's 50% to 63 now. It's changing. The numbers are changing. The numbers are telling some stories. The blue safe is devastating. It's just melting out of nowhere. Nice jump coming up from the Kit. Well secured kill with the help of Sergeant there. A nice stun on Killer as well. Kit on another stun. I see the approach to the stuns after stuns. Sergeant might reach the safe, and he's gonna gonna miss the super on the safe and is not very happy about that. Superwalk on the other hand, jumping on Killer, will not secure a kill, unfortunate enough. Sergeant again has a super nice kills coming up from Jay. He's juking all the shots, but it's not gonna be enough as he was falling low, and Sergeant flashing his super and a miss hypercharge from the Lumi. Connects just by a little bit.
He's literally fleeing. He's trying to flank out as much as possible, get closer. The job is a tad bit easier for HAPYHAPY to win this game. 8%, 6%, 4 is remaining, and now you've seen Celestial giving the one last hit to secure the first round. I feel like REVENANT XSPARK, they were more focused on damaging the opposition chest so much that they never cared about their one. A big chance, a big opportunity was given to HAPYHAPY to kind of do this much of damage to their safe, and yeah, that costed REVENANT XSPARK the first round. But overall, if we talk about it, this is the match, this is the round where HAPYHAPY, they have to do it, they have to win this to stay alive in the competition, otherwise this is done and dusted.
I mean, definitely, is it gonna be the moment we're gonna see a reverse sweep, or is it gonna be the time at least that we can see the REVENANT XSPARK 3-0 streak coming to an end? Superwalk trying to juke some shots. He might be looking for his super REVENANT. Sergeant going for some plays, but he gets knocked back by the Perry just on time. Superwalk is the only one standing tall and proud alone, but he's going for the safe, is just ignoring the kills. And I think that Sergeant might secure on the kill on Sakura. He just have to time it well, but he's low. He might get in, but no, Sakura gets the kill just on time. Looking very good for the rest, red roster so far. They get the first shield for the safe, and 75% to 50% is now we're getting to see. Another super mess from Sergeant is not very happy about that.
Oh, definitely not. This is literally a big mishap, and now you can see the counterattack from HAPYHAPY, extremely high. REVENANT XSPARK, they have to do something better. Kate finally takes down Celestial. It was a good opportunity and they capitalized on it completely. But now the question is, REVENANT XSPARK save is down to almost 23%. Killer is still alive in the competition, giving a hefty amount of damage. But REVENANT XSPARK, they have to melt down 50% of that HP off the entire save, while Celestial back in the fray can be really problematic for the entire side of REVENANT XSPARK, because now Celestial, he knows about it. He just needs to damage a little bit, not too much. 23% is what is remaining, while REVENANT XSPARK, they still have to do a lot more. 44 seconds remaining on the clock.
This can be the turning point of the game. This might be the moment we might get to see a reverse sweep, or maybe at least the streak being broken. REVENANT XSPARK is on the safe, but it is 25% to 21%. This could be the end, and the dive is there. But the sun just on time, 2% remains. But this could be the end right now. 1% to 2, and REVENANT XSPARK is gonna go back because, oh my goodness me, what did you just do? 1% was all. The lead was just 1%. It takes 1% just to lose, and oh my goodness me, what a game that was. These are the kind of games I love casting the most. The thrill, the adrenaline rush is there, and that was amazing. And the streak, the 3-0 streak from REVENANT XSPARK comes to an end, and the first game of this opening, of the second season series.
Yeah, this is where something gets crazy, because like you just kind of, we have to look at in the highlights to kind of again revamp or kind of reconsider what just happened right away. REVENANT XSPARK, the first one, it was a big major mistake. I felt like that they went all aboard to kind of take down that save all by themselves, and they didn't care about their own one. But this last one was so crazy. Second match was, it was a good win for the side of REVENANT XSPARK. There's nothing taken away from their side. But this one, the counter-attack came in from the side of REVENANT XSPARK. Then they had to take some time. The cooldown happened. And this was so close. Man, Killer, he has saved the day multiple times for Happy and again, this is probably the first time we're seeing in the entire Brawl Stars challenges this season that REVENANT XSPARK, they had dropped one map.
This is coming right down to the wire. Nobody wanted to blink at that time, and we have a MVP. Once again, it's gonna be Superwalk, but it should not be enough for them to secure a win. What a game that was. That was such a close call. The pressure could be higher, but oh my god, one mistake could have decided everything right there. But I think the problem was Sergeant. I don't know what he was doing that time, because I saw him missing 3 supers. Like, not he just aimed it out of nowhere on the wall. Like, and you know, the berry with the timing of his gadget was amazing. As whenever Sergeant was just trying to stun him, right? Like, Berry was able to just take him down just right on time with the gadget. You know, right before the stun connected, he was able to put it right on time. It was amazing. I think the kit comp, I guess I get the vision, but it just didn't work out well. They could have actually won that. You know, they were on the safe as well, but high 2% to 1 is, you know, what all it takes. And a win is a win, because, you know, a heist is a very, you know, it's extremely objective. You know, it's dependent on the objective. 1% counts a lot as well in this game mode, and you know, Revenant will cost this set by just 1%.
Now the question is that just imagine so many teams came into the picture in the season 1, right? We had seen Reckon, we have seen CUTIE, PATOOTIES, everybody, every one of them were thrashed brutally by Sergeant and his team, REVENANT, XSPARK, but this time is the first team. We were talking about, you know, it's a rookie team coming into play, Happy, but I don't consider them as rookie anymore. Just, come on, just kind of performance that they gave was so good. Now you look onto the REVENANT, XSPARK side, you've got Yumi, you've got a good pick on the very first, you've now got EMZ, you know, in that pick in the draft. So I'm seeing some really good picks coming in. You've also got Finks in the mix. So total of 3 picks we already witnessed. Again, some Edgar, Mina ban along with Damien. These are those common bans that we have been seeing lately. So I feel like the second pick for REVENANT, XSPARK is something that they have to consider, that, you know, this can be a game changer one.
Which is going to be Pierce, another brawler you can't afford to miss shots with. You know, he has so much potential when it comes to damage. You know, if you hit shots consistently, you can basically get unlimited ammos, right? But if you miss, it will cost you a few seconds to just reload all the shots. Great brawler. But, you know, I'm looking forward to some kind of control brawl as well. I think Lumi is one of the control brawler already in the mix, and we might get to see a room maker, which is gonna be X9J picking on the Genji. Amazing brawler. You have that hypercharge to just squish in brawlers as well, to create room in the zone as well, you know, right? So we have Killer already with a brawler that I think can still stand out against these brawlers. But yeah, having Finks on your side is actually a plus point, I guess, because, you know, you can just slow things down and, you know, make things faster for your own team. Amazing brawler. And we have Sakura with a team-wide potential brawler. Fang. We have the popcorns right in, you know, Fang is an amazing brawler. He can just deal so much damage. He can just zap around with the super and gets nasty kills in team wipe in general.
Well, you know, you've got some really good picks out there, and this one is definitely something that you have to do better. I mean, if you talk about it for the side of REVENANT, XSPARK, if they want to win this, if they want to end their run on this very, I mean, if they want to end this series right here and now, they have to do the best in this entire hot zone thing. You have to just end it. Come on, you have to just finish and go forward as much as possible. While Happy, they will be looking forward to push it to a decider, make it more interesting, because as we kickstart the third set of the game, it's going to be pit stop. As the map pit stop, it's going to be the mode of hot zone, and let's see who wins it first, because so far REVENANT, XSPARK, they've started things on a really pretty good note.
Actually, that's Ring of Fire, the map name, but no worries, we're gonna head into that game. Sakura with a nice early kill will secure his super early enough. Celestial trying to get a super nice gadget. Juke coming up from him, but no, he gets taken down by Jay just on time. Super Walk has his super, but he's not able to walk in that slow down area by Killer 34. He's juking all the shots, staying alive, which matters the most at the crucial time. You know, you need that zone time at times, you know, 35% to 42 now, which is looking very balanced out from each team, I guess. That might be a kill coming up from Sergeant. Nice shots connecting. He's barely missing shots, and nice connection from the Fang. This time around, he misses it, but still, he gets the takedown, and he's in a very cheeky position right now. Like, it can be a problem for REVENANT and XSPARK.
Oh yeah, already we can see the kind of impact that HAPYHAPY is coming with. Super Walk gets taken down immediately, but Celestial with a mighty Mighty play coming in. Jay gets taken down, but yeah, it's a quick counter coming in from the side of REVENANT XSPARK, but you can see the difference there instantly, AJ. The kind of impact they're having. Happy, they are not pretty happy, but yeah, REVENANT XSPARK slowly and gradually, they're making the comeback. They're in that zone. They're trying to make a difference, but Happy, all the counters are way too planned precisely. Sakura gets taken down. Sergeant comes into the play. Killer will be looking forward to survive and put some more damage, but Sergeant and the company deals him really pretty well. Difference is still above 10, but yeah, it's slowly creeping in. While Happy, they're still looking forward to just green down all the players of REVENANT XSPARK at this moment. But now, REVENANT XSPARK, they are planning some better counters.
They took the lead back, which was amazing to see. Just on time, Sakura with his plays, he puts a super end. Killer just not enough time, and 100% to 87 is gonna be enough for REVENANT XSPARK to take the first win. And amazing execution right there, because you know they were behind with a huge margin, like the lead was huge, but they managed to do so. You know, this Fang wasn't able to connect his shots in the last moment when he needed his super the most, but it should be enough. I mean, the pressure still from the red team is very consistent. I really like the pressure they're putting, but no, REVENANT XSPARK just denies that, and they want the win somehow or the other.
Oh, you're gonna have to just look forward to some better outputs. But Celestial has been playing some really good Brawl out there. He will be punished though by Che this time, but Killer is still surviving, and Che is just trying to make one good connection. Yeah, exactly what he was looking for. Super walk way too up close and personal, looking forward to stop Happy as quickly as possible, but will get punished for that. Kenji has been doing some really good damage in the previous match as well, but not the exact thing that Happy could reciprocate in the Brawl Ball. But yeah, Super Walk going up close and personal. Celestial versus Super Walk. It did not end up on a good note for Super Walk itself, because Celestial has got a one step ahead. Now, bringing up the difference is really important for Happy, and they're really working on that pretty well.
Amazing gadget from Sakura to just juke on time with the TP. Nice shots coming in. Super Frog, he's healing with the shots as well, and it should be enough for both of them to take down each other. That's going to be a trade. X9J trying to create some pressure. He's going to miss his super just on time. Celestial is still alive. Sakura flashing his super, placing it in the middle of the map, slowing things down for the enemy. Hypercharge powered by Super Walk, I believe, if I'm not wrong, but I think it's not going to give him any value. Sakura has his hypercharge as well, and he plays it just on time. Gonna juke all the shots right there. Super Walk has his super. If he can get a great connection on both of them, he might heal a lot of HP back. 77 to 77% now. This is looking so nice and tidy from both teams, but the chaos in the middle of the map is amazing. You know, this is why I love Hot Zone so much, because the chaos is all in the mix. You know, the center is full of chaos. You have just throwing hypercharges, super shots and everything. 95% to 86, and I think it should be enough for Super Walk to stay for 3 more seconds. And Jay is gonna finish off things just on time. Celestial was able to kill if he had 1 more second, but it was not enough. And amazing work. REVENANT XSPARK takes up the victory.
Now, this is definitely an important victory for REVENANT XSPARK. They have won this, but we can sense a lot of hypers were missed. A lot of aim game was a little dicey, is what we saw in this entire mix of Hot Zone. But yeah, pretty much it's taken down and out. REVENANT XSPARK, they have walked up to the expectations. They have done what they were supposed to do. Winning this Hot Zone, it was really pretty important. It was not supposed to even come down to Hot Zone. Come on, it should have been a 3-0, but Happy, we have to give them the credits. We have to give them the applause that they deserve, because every round, every map they played, they had put up some really good show. I mean, you cannot just say that we were not entertained by watching the entire match. It was so entertaining. It was so fun in the very first game. But we'll quickly jump onto the highlights of what we saw in this map of Hot Zone. It was chaotic as hell, man.
I mean, clinical execution from start to finish. A well-deserved victory. They stayed composed when it mattered the most. You know, they were playing so good. The percentage was staying, you know, it was just equalized every time. You know, every time a team was taking the lead, other was just doing so as well right after that. You know, supers connecting from Celestial were amazing, but the Kenji was there just to heal up on time, get his shots ready, and you know, Sakura was able to get so many supers. Actually, I'm kind of surprised he didn't even miss a single shot as per I remember. And now we have the set winners, which is going to be REVENANT XSPARK. Sergeant, Super Walk and Jay takes up the victory.
Oh yeah, they walk away with a victory of 2-0. Once again, this was an important round for them and they have nailed it this time. While we can say that there has been some errors and mistakes in this entire best of 5 competition, but I still feel like every time you make mistakes, you learn from it and you come back stronger, and that is what Revenant, XSPARK and both HAPYHAPY they have to do. While Revenant, XSPARK, they will be playing tomorrow's semis. But quickly jumping on to the MVP, it has to be Celestial with 35 kills. My god, he has so big numbers.
Consistent, confident, and clutch. Amazing player. Absolute deserved MVP performance, to be very honest. They delivered when the pressure was at highest, but now these are the amount of kills. We can see the kills were actually similar to Super Walk, which is like amazing, but I think the execution and the team value was most coming up from Celestial. He was amazing with the Fang as well in the moment, but I think a win is a win, and the winner takes it all at the end of the day.
Yeah, Revenant, XSPARK, they are the winners for this very first game. The opener game for Brawl Stars Challenger Southeast Asia Season number 2. You can see the scoreline. It started with a 2-1, Revenant, XSPARK and HAPYHAPY. This was a good entertaining competition where even Revenant, XSPARK, they felt the heat after losing the third heist game and then coming down to the hot zone. They had to do something better, and yeah, they walked away with a 2-0 victory. The 3-1 scoreline is what Revenant, XSPARK, they will be advancing with tomorrow's semi-finals. They become the first semi-finalists of this Season 2 as well. So we'll be looking forward to see them what they do in tomorrow's first game that they will be playing. But also, who are they going to face? The question still remains there, because we will be moving towards the second match. And in the second match, the winner of the second match will face Revenant, XSPARK tomorrow in the first semi-finals. The next matchup is Chocolate Banana versus SEAFIELD.
Wow, can't wait to see these players coming up. I mean, it's still, you have to put up a fight, you have to do something in order to get to the semis. And guess what? Even if you manage to win, you're facing Revenant, XSPARK tomorrow as the first game for semi-finals. I mean, these teams have to come up with something. If they want to open a restaurant, they have to cook. They have to serve. They have to deliver what they're here for, right? So yeah, can't wait to see how things goes for these teams. Chocolate Banana. I'm expect. Can I see the team? I want to see the roster. I'm not quite sure what the players are, but yeah, we are going to see them. One of these team at least facing up Revenant, XSPARK tomorrow, and also I am joined by Clash King now in the caster decks.
Well,
Hello,
thank you so
Clash.
much for
How are you
inviting
doing,
me.
bro?
Yeah, thank you so much, AJ, for inviting me on board. And I was very excited listening to all your commentary and watching that game. I think that was a very exciting way to start the day, right? But AJ, I think just yesterday we were discussing how Revenant, XSPARK during the monthly finals of Season 1, they have simply 3-0'd any team that came in their way. But this time they had a challenger. It was a 3-1 score line. Who knows? Maybe in semi-finals we might even get to see a full-blown BO5 series. So what are your expectations from the next game now? The next game is Chocolate Banana and SEAFIELD. Wow, I have a roster here. I think you were asking about the players. So we have Kronos, Darkfire and Rytek from Chocolate Banana, and Roach, Raymond and I cannot pronounce this name from SEAFIELD. So do you know any of these players, AJ?
Actually know the players coming up from the first team. Chocolate Banana, I have casted a lot of series in which they have played, and there are some amazing plays, but SEAFIELD, they're gonna be new for me. I want to see how these players emerges, and gonna cook something against the Chocolate Banana. We have the roster: Kronos, Darkfire and Rytek. I have known Kronos for a while in the competitive scene. I've seen him a lot. Now they're facing having Roach, Raymond and Azai, I believe.
Izai, yeah, it is Izai. It is SF Izai, so SF stands for SEAFIELD, of course. But yeah, as you rightly mentioned, AJ, you have seen some of the players from Chocolate Bananas. So we do have high expectations from Kronos, Darkfire, Rytek. I'd love to see how are they going to perform. Will they be able to qualify for the semi-finals? But remember, they'll be facing Revenant, XSPARK if they do. Let's see what's going to happen. But the best part, AJ, is we might have a different set this time. So it is going to be a best of 5 series, but I love to see which maps we are going on, because there might be some mode changes, there might be some map changes for this quarterfinal number 2.
Yeah, I love to see variation whenever possible, right? It's always fun
Yeah.
to see different maps and modes coming out, so it doesn't become boring, right? But yeah, we have SEAFIELD with the roster as well. They're looking confident, and I'm looking forward to these players. I want to see how the approach goes for them. I want to see what they cook in the draft, how they execute, how they communicate. Like, chemistry matters the most in this game, because team support is very much required in a game like Brawl.
Oh, definitely. All three of the players, they need to have good synergy, and I think Revenant XSPARK, one of the most important advantage they have, that is their synergy. The synergy is so good, the IGLing is so good, right? Every player reflects on the callouts without wasting even a 1/4 of a second. So I think that's the kind of synergy, that's the kind of coordination you require if you really want to become the champion of Brawl Stars. But AJ, let's see, the game will begin shortly, and this time we'll begin with Crystal Arcade. Previously we had Hard Rock Mine to begin with, but this time the best of 5 series will hop onto the map of Crystal Arcade. We'll see what the brawlers are gonna be. The best part for game number 1 for me particularly was that we have seen so many brawlers in season number 1, but still we got to see some new brawlers, and that too in the inauguration game of this monthly final season 2. We were discussing yesterday, AJ, there are so many brawlers in the game, and every single time these players can surprise us again and again and again, because these players have mastered so many of those brawlers. Any brawler that is not completely out of meta, they can come in with it and they can even win the game.
Yeah, definitely. Like, over 100 brawlers in the game, so many maps, so many modes, so many kind of approaches, strategies that are possible. These players always come up with some new strategies. They reveal new strategies every time, new brawlers, new stories coming up, and we learn a lot from them as well. Like, sometimes they pick brawlers which are not even viable in certain maps and mode, but these brawlers are in the hand of pro players, and they know how to use it, when to use it, and the coordination, the chemistry, and the synergy, as you mentioned before, is very much required in hard times like that, when you pick a brawler which is not viable. But yeah, having said that, Crystal Arcade, one of the most OG map in the game, right? Like, we have seen so much kind of chaos. We have seen so many kind of actually strategies coming up in this very map. So yeah, can't wait to see which one they're going for, or are they gonna cook some new strategies for us?
Yeah, you never know, right? You just said that these players, they can come up with any brawler whatsoever. Sometimes they even come with brawlers that are not even viable, but still ends up dominating the game. So I think it's more about how comfortable you are on that brawler. In the previous game, you rightly called out Sergeant. He was missing some very crucial supers, and that was the reason they even lost that third set. So this time you'll have to make sure you're not missing any supers, you're not missing any sniping shots. That should be the most important thing to look forward to for Chocolate Banana as well as the other team. Let's see what's gonna happen. They'll start picking the brawlers soon enough. Would love to see the global bans. Though I think we all know that Edgar, there is a brawler that nobody wants to play against. So he is for sure gonna be the global ban from both the teams. At least that's what I'm expecting, and that's what I've seen so far.
Yeah, I'll take over that actually. Colette is also one of the bans, but I don't believe she's going to be global banned, because some of the teams might want her to be picked, right? But you definitely don't want that brawler to be picked if you don't have the first pick in the draft, because the toss is randomized, and yeah, we can expect the team not having the first pick banning brawlers like Edgar, Colette. Edgar is anyways banned out of the global bans, like if your prediction gets correct, right? So yeah, I'm expecting Damon as well getting banned out because it's so good. But we saw how Star Nova in the previous game, like against Revenant XSPARK, she was able to just get rid of the jumps coming up from the Damon. She was able to cancel out. She was able to dodge that very well. But you have to be very precise with the timings. I'm expecting a Otis, Jester, Ruffs is also great. But this time it's Crystal Arcade. Can't wait to see what kind of brawlers they're going to go for. We'll head to draft soon.
Yeah, we will have to draft soon. I'd love to see what's going to happen. You know, the most exciting part, or the part that surprised me the most during the season 1 finale, it was that nobody was using Star Nova. We have seen so many dominating games with Damien, but nobody was coming up with a Star Nova in the mix. But yeah, we have the global bans as expected, Edgar and Damien from both the ends. Nobody wants to play against the Damien these times. Quality is gone too, just as you were saying. But let's see what's going to be the pick. Otis it is. You love Otis, we love Otis, and these players, they surely do love Otis.
The Otis is in the mix. As I mentioned before many times, is one of the most safe brawler to go for. As a first pick, is very viable, is good in every map and mode. And now we're facing, or they're gonna have to face off a Pierce. I mean, you definitely don't want annoying brawlers to be in the opposing mix. And yeah, we have Najia as well. The snakes are very annoying. You have to be precise with the shots as well. It's hard to hit the shots actually, but if you get some nice consistent shots, the super is just very annoying, denying healing over time, and it's just very annoying to face. We have still 3 more picks to go, 9-6 in the clock. I'm expecting, okay, we're gonna see Star Nova yet again. And are they gonna go for the same strategy? Like, if you get the gems, you can just fly off at high times. You can just dodge the shots from Pierce, the super, and the snakes itself. Amazing brawler, but we still have, okay, Chester is actually banned. I didn't see that coming.
Yep, Chester is banned. Nobody wants that Chester, and especially Chocolate Banana. They certainly do not want that Chester against them. They banned out that Lumi and Ellie as well. Okay, they are coming up with a Sandy pick. Star Nova, as you rightly said, Star Nova could be a very good gem carrier. Let's see how they're going to utilize it.
You have to maintain the lanes very well though. Like, Sandy is an amazing brawler to give team support. He has such a large radius with the super, giving invisibility to the team, and also speed with the hypercharge when you have it. And it's very nice to just stun opposing enemies. You can just stun enemy at times when they are just, especially assassin brawlers. And talking about assassin, we have Crow in the mix already, a great brawler. And I think I personally like Crow a lot in gem grab, because you can just hit shots consistently, you can charge up the hyper, and the best thing about him is he denies healing. And also you can scout grasses, you can just poke them again and again, annoying them a lot. I think the red roster has one of the most annoying comps right now, known to the gem grab craft.
Let's see if they'll be able to annoy Chocolate Bananas that much. Well, we'll just have to wait a few more seconds. I see Chocolate Banana, that's a great team. You're vouching for them. I mean, you've seen them play, and as the intel I've collected from you, I think Kronos is the one I'm looking forward to see. He's playing on that Otis too, and I like seeing Otis in the mix. Let's see. Here comes the Crow. Oh, look at that damage just in the beginning, and Kronos is gonna go down. They straight up annihilated him just at the start of the game. And Raymond, he is the gem carrier for the team with 3 gems in his kitty already.
Both the teams are feeling each other out. The red team with more control and pressure, actually. They're doing so great. Everyone is fighting for early position. The control is the name of the game right now, right? No unnecessary risk in the opening moments for sure. Because, if you lose control in the beginning itself, you just end up giving them so many gem lead already. That might be very devastating to have. Nice kill coming up from Sandy behind the wall. He is poisoned out, but he's going to stay alive and going to regen in the left-hand side of the map. Whereas Pierce is trying to hit some shot, but Kronos is behind the wall as well, where Star Nova is trying to make some cheeky plays, sneaking in through the grass. Both of them in the grass. She's poisoned out actually. She'll be getting revealed every time. Kronos with some nice hit that might be a pinch, and nice kill coming up from Star Nova from top of the head.
Well, both the teams were struggling in the early time to secure that mine control, but right now it is Chocolate Banana. They are controlling the mine slowly and steadily. All they are trying to do is making sure nobody enters that area. Star Nova playing at the front foot right now. Ozwan is gonna go secure some more gems and will back out immediately. Kronos, he does have 8 gems. And there's no way, there's no way. They're just hiding around in the bushes, in the covers. Can you take him down? You just have 1 more second. No, they're not gonna be able to. Star Nova, she sacrificed herself. She knew all I need to do is play deception, and that's what she did, right? Wasted as much time as possible. Chocolate Banana, I think that was a smooth victory, AJ. They played out so patiently, waited for the right opportunity, and as soon as they've got that opportunity, they had the most number of gems. At some time, I've seen 7 to 5 gems, and just after a few seconds, they have 13 gems.
Yeah, definitely a clean start from both sides this time around. They're respecting each other's firepower, you know. We can see the Crow trying to get some hits. He definitely needs his hypercharge just on time to make use of his, he has such a team-wide potential. Early super for the Sandy is going to give so much value to the team. That's a large radius to get invisible in, but nice super can get elimination on that Sandy. Nice kill from Raymond, and he goes down as well right after that. Fire attack from that Star Nova. He has the super, he's flashing it. 6 gem already on top of Tortoise head, which is looking great for the blue team so far. Red team has to pull up something. You just can't lose at the moment. You need to pressurize the team. One clean fight could completely change the game. The map is opening up beautifully. Like, this is exactly where experience matters, right? They're finding opening everywhere. Momentum is starting to swing already. Pressure is mounting. Now the pace is beginning to pick up.
Old Chocolate Banana is man, that's a flawless victory for them. Just look at Rytek. Doesn't even have the HP to survive, but still just dancing around because he already knew that my team they're holding the gems. All I need to do is buy them a few seconds. Did that though. Here we go. Chocolate Banana is a 2-0 victory. That was a flawless one. I'd love to see Chocolate Banana if somehow they can make it through the semi-finals. I think them facing Revenant XSPARK could be a lot more fun. We've already seen a 3-1 in the very first game of the day. I won't be surprised if it gets to a 3-1 once again, because you cannot underestimate any team. As the mood changes, as we hop on to Brawl Ball, as we hop on to knockouts, so there are some teams, they are very comfortable on one mode but not so comfortable on the other mode. So I'd love to see what happens in the Brawl Ball. And I was watching Brawl Ball of Revenant XSPARK, and during the match number 1, I've seen how the other team, they were completely destroying all the obstacles from their way, and I really thought that it is going to be really hard for Revenant XSPARK to win this set, but somehow they came out on top and they were the winners. So that is the kind of precision and game sense, gameplay you require to come at the top of this Brawl Stars challenges.
Yeah, having said that, we have the highlights from the previous game. You can see how the pressure was being maintained by the blue team. They were getting consistent gem carries again and again. The red team was not even getting a chance to come into the in the center of the map until it was time during the reset. The timer was on, but that kill would have mattered the most. They could have reset the timer there when the snakes was poisoning that brawler right there. But it's the name of the game, right? You have to be very consistent. As you mentioned, the Star Nova with the gadgets on time was also great because she was able to juke a lot of shots. Whenever she saw threat, whenever she saw Najia throwing supers, she was just flying around to dodge that as if nothing really happening. And with some consistent kill after that, she was able to do her job in the right hand side of the map, whereas Otis maintained his job very well. Like, he was a good gem carrier. And we have the set winner, which is going to be Chocolate Banana with 2-0 sweep.
MVP goes to Rytek. A total of 7 kills with only 4 deaths and an average damage per second of 292.65. Insanely good. I remember you telling me, AJ, that the red team, they had a very annoying comp. They did had a very annoying on paper comp, but during the match, I think Chocolate Banana, that Star Nova was so annoying for SEAFIELD. She was using all her gadgets or her super and annoying them so much during both the rounds. She was the one distracting them during those final seconds. So I think they'll be really annoyed with that Star Nova. I won't be surprised if ever they end up playing a gem grab. They might end up banning that Star Nova. But yeah, next one we have Brawl Ball. On the map of Pinhole Punt. Let's see what's going to happen. Let's see how these teams are going to draft. We have a Damien global ban. So I like watching Damien, but I wonder if someone will come up with a Genji once again. We have seen a pretty good Kenji, and I think Dakros also told you, right? During season one, in one game, Sargent played that Kenji, and I think the game ended in around 15 to 20 seconds, maybe 38 max. So that's the output you can generate if you know how to perfectly utilize a brawler. Let's see what these players are gonna play.
Definitely, Kenji is a room maker, right? Like he can just dash in. He has so much mobility. He can just create room for the team, and the teammates can, back up very easily and support the Kenji himself as well. But yeah, it's a map where we can see a lot of controllers. Mostly, like we have a nice squarish, grass patch in the middle of the map. I have seen Maple work out here very well. And it's still open, right? We have Kenji open as well. We have Mortis, which is one of the threat in Brawl Ball nowadays. If played well, if you know how to utilize it, and these players definitely know how to play these brawlers, right? So yeah, I'm quite surprised that Damon has been global banned from both team actually. 'Cause no one really
Yeah.
wants that brawler to be in the mix, right? You just don't want that knockback. You don't want that annoying jump. You don't want to pick Star Nova every time in every mode to counter him, right? So you just prefer it to throw it out of the equation. Whereas we have
Yeah.
Edgar and Khaled banned, not even surprised by that. Whereas first pick coming up from the red roster, which is going to be Leon, which is, I guess, great to get that lollipop drop to get invisibility plus speed, keeping that behind the unbreakable wall.
I like things on Brawl Ball. I like it. Let's see how Kronos is gonna generate the output with that brawler. But as you can see, it is a Star Nova ban. They were so annoyed with that brawler during that whole game, and that's what we were discussing about at the caster desk as well. But here we have Ruffs. It is okay. They've got a Fink. They've got a Ruffs. You have a Leon there, so be very careful. That silent assassin might end up just behind you, so you'll have to be a bit careful there. But I'm looking forward to this Finks gameplay, because I think this is the very first time, because the previous month we haven't seen a Finks on Brawl Ball at all.
Yeah, like Finks in Brawl Ball is pretty interesting. Like you can also generate so much value with the super in the middle of the map, because it's I think this map specifically helps controller the most, because you have so much area despite this grass patch in between, but there's no obstacle in the between, right? In the form of wall. So it's a very area controlled game, and Finks really makes sense in that regards. We have Ems getting picked up, and I think that's an early answer to any possible assassin or tank that the blue roster might pick in the last pick. But yeah, next pick still goes to the red roster, and can't wait to see what they cook up. That's gonna be Jeong. I'm actually quite surprised, because this team doesn't really have tank which can actually just push in, and Jeong needs that support with the speed and healings. I mean, Leon is one of the assassins, but is still not that tanky, right? He's still kind of squishy. But yeah, I think I'm not quite sure how the things are gonna go. This is a very East Asian specific pick. They generally pick support brawlers, and yeah, as we were mentioning before, we have the Kenji right hand, which is gonna act both as a tank and as well as an assassin.
AJ, let me ask you a question, AJ. Suppose they have a Jeong and they had an AMS in the mix, right? So, what according to you would have been the perfect third pick? Would it have been maybe a Damien? It is banned though, right? But if you'll have to create a draft of your own, you have a Jeong, you have an AMS. What is going to be the third pick according to you? What
If I
should
have a
be the ideal
Jeong
third
and
pick? Yeah.
Ems, if we have Ems is already an anti-tank brawler, and she also has so much area to control with, right? We have Jeong, which is a support, so I would definitely go for an assassin or tank, mainly a tank, I would say, like especially someone like Buster is so good combined with the Jeong. But having said that, Darky Loves One is going to be the first one getting that goal. And within the first 30-second, or I guess 1 minute of the game itself, it's going so much chaotic. So many meteors dropping, so many supers dropping from the Jeong as well. And Raymond getting a nice kill, being sneaky with that super. His aiming, his gadget, and is just going to pop that lollipop drop. Super coming up from the Finks as well in the right-hand side of the map, just behind the unbreakable wall. I think the Jeong is able to provide the healing and value, and that might be a goal in for the red roster as well, just on time.
Those were some professional passes, I'd say. But yeah, during that first goal, Kenzie, he ended up making the perfect space for the team, and that is what you're in the game for. Again, Ems is constantly trying to make sure that they do not get past her. Or Roach, you need to take her down. Yep, he'll go down. Just look at that Kenzie. He's so far ahead. All he need is his teammate. If someone was there on the right hand, this could have been a goal. Kenzie is gonna utilize that super inside that goal zone, and that is going to be an easy goal for them. He even waited for I think for 0.5 seconds before securing that goal. Another easy victory coming in for Chocolate Bananas. It's a 2-0 lead now for them in the whole of best of 5 series. And I think just what you were saying, AJ, about the draft, that kinda made a bit of problem. But let's see if they'll be able to secure this second round of this best of 3.
Definitely a measured start from both sides. No panic, just patience. But this is looking good for the blue roster already since they get the team vibe. And Kronos is going to heal and it's going to pass. I think they might have just missed the opportunity. He was not going for that. He was probably facing threat. I don't know which gadget that ends his thing. I didn't really see that. But probably a pushback, which Kronos probably thought of that time. We have the ball being in the position where it is still safe for the blue team to just walk in for a nice easy goal.
And those were some good passes, right? All 3 players had something to do with that goal. But yeah, let's see if they'll be able to secure another goal. If they do, it is going to be a 2-0 score officially. A good pass, Kenzie with the super. Isaiah almost gone. Yup, he's down. Oh, Kenzie is not letting go of Roach. The perfect utilization of that hypercharge. Oh, through the wall, and that is going to be yet another goal. A smart one indeed. Chocolate Banana gets a 2-0 lead here, and with this, they are already at the match point now. AJ, do you think it is going to be a 3-0?
Perfect collapse. That was beautiful coordination. No hesitation whatsoever from the blue roster. They were just striking in. The Kenji was healing he was just getting all the healings in the world with every shot he was putting. It's just funny to see how it didn't even feel like they were actually facing someone. It was as if they were just passing, doing the assist game, and just roaming around out of nowhere. The red team, I'll be very honest, I didn't even feel their presence even for once. Like, I don't even remember who did who, like, from the red roster. Like, unfortunate enough, that was a quick game, but I think they won the draft. The blue team, they had Kronos with that supers to just slow things down. I think Jeong should have been combined with the tank, but I think it was not the mix they were looking for. He just didn't have enough DPS.
I think that's what we were talking about, right? And even you could have opted for a tank. See, look at this goal. All the 3 players ended up playing their role perfectly. Look at this goal, though. It was so fun to watch. But with this, it's a 2-0 lead in the whole of best of 5 series as well. And they have 2-0'd both these sets as well. The next one is going to be, I think, Heist. And we might go, I'm not sure which map is it going to be. Okay, it is Kaboom Canyon. Let's see what's going to happen there. But my question to you, AJ, do you think that this could be a 3-0?
I mean, I see the possibility, having said that, how good Chocolate Bananas are playing. The other team, plenty to learn from this one. That's a huge confident boost for this, for the Banana team. We have the matchups, we have our MVP as well. 15 kills coming up from Rytek. Looks amazing so far. 12 that's coming up from the other guy. I mean, I think they have to come up with something. They have to cook from the draft itself. They, if they want to win, they just can't afford to lose a draft right now. Because, if the draft gets balanced, it's still fun to watch, because that, okay, they are putting some fight. But the previous game, it just felt like the draft was totally in the hands of Banana, it's Chocolate Banana. They were amazing. And, they were flawless. I didn't even feel the presence of the opposing team even for once. So yeah, in order to stay in this event, they have to cook up something. And as of now, because it's 2 set down already, they have to come up with a reverse sweep, which is gonna take 3 sets in a row in order to move forward in the event. And even if you do so, you're gonna face REVENANT XSPARK tomorrow.
You're absolutely right about the draft, though, AJ. Because they had a Leon in the mix, right? And we haven't seen anything. Leon, what are you? You have got an assassin. You were expecting some good sneaky kills, but during the game, I think, as you rightly said, there was no presence whatsoever of any of the brawlers there, because it was more like a one-sided domination. It was more like Kenzie just dancing around, using his supers, creating all the space, and boom! Just after a few seconds, he's simply standing in front of your goal. uh, I don't know, man. Let's see what's gonna happen. This is going to be the third set of this best of 5 series. We have seen a gem grab, we have seen a brawl ball, and now it's time for a heist. Kaboom Canyon, that is going to be the map. Okay, Chuck band, a perfect band. You do not need a Chuck, especially when you're playing heist, and Chuck is a common band from both the ends.
I mean, it's a great ban. You definitely don't want a train to be just railing around, dealing damage,
Yeah.
and just coming back safely, right? You definitely
Invincible,
don't
though.
want that annoying brawler to be there. But I'll be very honest, Chuck is, Chuck is very easy to counter nowadays, with all those new brawlers with the buffies and everything. It's very easy to counter, and, he can feed a lot of other brawlers, which can just reach the safe and deal more damage. Yeah, but having said that, it's still annoying, and I think it's better to get rid of him in the equation. We have the monkey available, like, is so good with the star power. He can deal up to 4k damage. Miko is so good, and if he's in the damage care, like if the damage care is activated, he'll be dealing 5k damage per shot, which is amazing from one single ammo. He just depletes 6 to 7% of the safe at a time. Having said that, we have the picks already. We have another safe pick coming up from the red roster, which is gonna be Cortez, and I think it's great to just shut things down rather than just going for aggro in the beginning itself. It's better to have a safe option to just shut down, especially from brawlers like Crow. If he just jumps on your safe, you can just shut him down instantly, whereas Trytac is gonna pick that brawler. Consistent shots will lead to so much damage, because you just can't afford to miss shots with Pierce. If you don't miss shots, then you're basically cooking unlimited ammos. So great pick, and we have a safe pick, another one's coming up from the Byron. Roach is gonna go for the healings as well as the damage, which is at times annoying, but is very squishy if we think of Kaze that is gonna face.
The OG Colt is here as well, so now you do not need you just don't want that Colt to lock in on your safe. So that's another headache for chocolate bananas. They've got a case though, and they have a Pierce, so let's see if Pierce will be able to pierce through the opponent's safe or not. But the draft is now complete. According to you, this particular draft, AJ, who do you think can have a little bit of upper hand?
I think you have two assassins from the blue side. But wait, hey, we have to respect that we have Otis in the opposing side. It's kind of really balanced out, One team is going for all aggro, one team is going for all defense. Colt is very good for a damage dealer brawler, but he is also good at defense. He can just squish out his gadget to deplete ammo for the opposing team, slowing them down as well. Shots coming in from the Byron. It's gonna be a nice trade from the Byron and Pierce, keeping Otis also barely alive and is getting the healings from the Byron as well as the Colt. Crow is a great brawler. If he gets the hypercharge, it's gonna be game over basically. 25% minus on your safe. You can just consider it like that. Nice connection of super from the Otis on Pierce, keeping them backed off for a while. But yeah, Rytek is gonna take down Raymond in the left side, whereas super coming in from the Colt, not gonna get any connection, but a secure kill from that guy just on time.
There are already not that many obstacles in the way, and they are also destroying the ones that are there. Let's see. 75% of HP, 25% already depleted. Once again, they're trying to make the way. Zoan is going all in. Oh, he might get some shots at the safe as well, but no, he will take down that Roach. And now he has a lot of time, lots of time to secure a lot of damage on the safe as well. 49% HP remaining. They want to secure some more hits, and now it's all down to 43% of its health. SEAFIELD. Comeback from this point is gonna be really hard. You need a complete team wipe.
Definitely, I have to respect that. Kaze, she stayed there for so long, juking all the shots. She's still doing so, but now she's gonna fall off because of the poison from Byron coming in. Byron is low. That hypercharge might connect, but no, he just jukes that just on time. Shots coming in from the piece on Raymond. He has to back off. He has to maintain distance. Crow, nice jump coming in. That's 2 kills, and that should be enough for giving them nice, easy shots yet again on the safe. And they might deplete the last safe shield as well. Very much, you just need a miracle at this moment. 20 seconds, I don't think so you have enough time, even because of the safe having those shield. Even if you deplete them, I don't think so it's enough time to get things off. The Kaze is confident. She knows that they won, and it should be enough for the blue roster to take game number 1 in the high set.
Even the hyper charges cannot save you at all at this point, because you need a lot of damage now. Your safe is already almost gone. It's down to its last 20% HP. I think Chocolate Bananas, they played it out perfectly. Pierce, the damage amount was insane, dude. Every single shot was dealing so much damage. Chocolate Banana, they did not allow the opponent team, any of the opponent brawler, to even secure a single shot at their safe, especially during the early and the mid game. Just look at them once again, going all out. And as I told you previously, there are already almost no obstacles in the way, and once that are there, they are also destroying them.
Also, it's always better to break your own wall in the middle, just to get room and to avoid, the opponents getting in the zone, staying behind and getting constant shots. Just like that Byron, he is so safe behind that wall, and he can just back off whenever required. He's also in the grass, so he can juke shots even better. He has that wall, and that's the biggest thing. The problem with the blue team is that they don't have any brawler that can break walls, right? So Colt is not gonna destruct that wall. Byron with some nice hits, as well as giving healing to themselves with that one super. Staying behind that wall was amazing. He's still hitting consistent shots. He has this hypercharge whenever required. Raymond is low. He has to back off just in order to defend. But yeah, he is forced to back off, getting the kill on Kaze. Nice and easy. But Kaze drops the super right on time, dealing damage over, to the safe just on time. Crow is low. He falls down as well. Super coming in from the court. There's not going to be enough, not much value coming in. Kaze is just going for blood, not caring about the kills, but she's going for objective, and that's the name of the game in Heist. Every percent, every second matters the most, and she's executing it very well.
Colt is trying for so long, but is completely unable to kind of make it through for the safe. Just look at them. Raymond, Roach is already pretty low, and Chocolate Banana, they are so back in the game. If only they have gotten some kills there, they had the opportunity to secure some damage at the safe as well. Zuan, he's going all out now, and he's going to utilize all that he had, but it was a 3v1. Hypercharges from both the players, Raymond and Isaiah. But this time, will you be able to secure some shots on that safe?
Amazing kill coming up from the Kaze in the left-hand side of the map. She gets poisoned again and again by the Byron. Byron might just throw his super in, but no, he's going to keep it with him because he has the hypercharge, which he just drops on 2 people, which is going to give him so much value. But a kill coming up from Pierce is going to take him down 60% to 69%. Is a do or die. This situation, they have to do something. Throw with the hypercharge in the middle of the map. A super can be massive, but no, he falls just on time. 60 to 62%. 2% is what all it takes, and they find it in the final seconds, and it should be enough for them to go down just by 2% lead. Oh my goodness me, that was much better execution around.
Yeah, that 2%, can you believe it? 2%, that's the lead you needed to win that particular round. Let's see what's going to happen in the third and final round of this BO3 series. The same roster once again. Let's see. Again, the last time SEAFIELD, they've got that early advantage, right? They had the opportunity, they had the control of the map as well. But this time, Chocolate Banana, they're not allowing it to happen. Zuan going all in, and he's gonna deal some damage at the safe as well. You need to take him down. Can he survive from there? No, he got another kill, and now he has his super as well. He's gonna make a lot of problems now.
I mean, yeah, same start from the court. He's gonna just break his own wall, avoiding the grass patch. Nice kill coming up from Darky Love. Juan is gonna deal so much damage. He's still staying in a cheeky position, and the red roster is gonna be forced to stay behind in order to deal with the Kaze. The Kaze falls down. Roche is low. He might go down as well. Nice Crow gadget gonna keep him alive for an extra second. And now Kronos is trying to look for blood on the court, but court is getting all the healings he requires in the world. But Kaze was invisible with the gadget. She has the hypercharge. She has to make a nice play. She throws the super just to get consistent damage on the save, which is gonna be enough for them to deal with 51%. 49 is the lead. That is huge. Not good coming up from the red team this time. They have to do something similar that they did in the previous game. Nice kill from the Kaze. She might fall down after being hypercharged. Raymond take cares of the thing. Right attack is low. Is gonna fall down as well, but no, he just gets healing on time, and his poison gonna be enough. No hypercharge connection from Raymond. Is gonna fall down to the Crow poison. Eventually Darky is dealing so much damage, and the other safe shield pops down. The last one pops down. 24% remaining. I think it's looking really good for the blue roster. Nice kill on the court. Hypercharge. The dive is there from the Crow, and it should be enough for the blue roster to take the victory. Amazing gameplay, amazing execution. This time around, they didn't even get the red team a single chance to deal damage on the save. 100% for the blue team on the save. That was amazing save this time around.
I think that second round, that was the only one that they've got SEAFIELDs, and in that particular round, Chocolates, they made a bit of mistake. They have given a huge amount of the map to them during the early part of the game, but in that third game, they've corrected all their mistakes. They were completely controlling the map, and that Kaze, what was she up to? During that early game, she was going so aggressively in, and the best part, she has secured 2 kills before going down. So had that early advantage, they had that map control, those hyper charges, all of them were on point. All the supers were on point. I think that's the reason the SEAFIELDs, they couldn't do anything at all to counter them.
I'm expecting the Kaze to be star player. Like, she wasn't worrying about the kills at all. Objective is what really matters in this game. And she was just going for the safe, ignoring all the threat. Like, there was a Byron in the middle, as you saw there, but she was just going for, whenever possible, she just dished out the squishy brawler like Court. Nice jump from the Crow here as well, creating some pressure in the middle. And that was just amazing execution. And you rightly mentioned in the second game, actually the blue team gave them so much space. They gave them so much room and time to just get them to the safe as well. The Crow and with the hypercharge in the end finish it off, and that's why you keep a Crow in this game mode, especially but he didn't even need that actually. They were winning, and that's the name of the game. And Chocolate Banana with 2-1 on the set takes it all again.
Man, they've played out phenomenally well, and especially that Crow dive. I just love that final Crow dive. The save was at, I think, more than 20% of his HP, and a dive, that's all you need to completely destroy that save. Let's take a look at our MVP, that is Darky Zoan. Just as we expected, kills a total of 27 kills with only 23 deaths and an average damage per second of 276.14. His play style was so phenomenal, and I think very inspiring, because the invincibility gadget made a huge impact. He was sneakily closing in towards the safe, also getting some kills. But the most exciting part for me was how he was completely ignoring all the brawlers around and was focusing mostly on the safe to deal as much damage as he can.
I mean, definitely. Now the question is, can they repeat it? Now we're gonna head on to the next game, because Chocolate Banana is here with the 3-0 sweep, which was amazing to see. I mean, the opposing team tried really well, and they actually had chance to wind up things around in this particular game. They were actually doing great, but I think the draft each and every time was precise from the blue team, and they were winning the draft itself. I would say, like, I was already liking the draft every time by myself. So yeah, huge kudos to the team, and the momentum was there, and they executed it really well.
The question remains though, AJ, I'd love to see what are they gonna do next when they face RNT XSPARK in the semi-finale tomorrow. So stay tuned, subscribe to the channel as soon as possible. But we will take a short break, and after the break, we will witness the third game of quarterfinals. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and once again, welcome back to Brawl Stars Challengers Southeast Asia monthly final season 2. It is. We have already seen season 1, and we have seen Revenant XSPARK becoming the champions. The break time is now over, and joining me here now is going to be Necros. Necros, we have seen 2 games. We have already seen Revenant XSPARK and Chocolate Bananas getting flawless victories and securing their spots in the semi-finals. But 2 more games are still remaining, and we are about to witness 2 more best of 5 series. Let's take a look at our brackets. Let's see which teams are gonna play now. But before that, Necros, I'd love to ask you, who do you think is gonna come out as the victorious one when Revenant XSPARK faces Chocolate Banana?
Hey, come on, man. It's really too hard to kind of tell just now.
I don't know.
because
It is
again,
hard. It is hard for me.
Yeah, Revenant XSPARK has been exceptional in the entire game. We have seen him how he played in season 1, and now coming down to the season 2, they have also started things off on a good note. While HAPYHAPY, they had a 1 map down. So yeah, Revenant XSPARK, they had faced one of their crucial defeats in this season 2. Yeah, we can expect something extraordinary, but I believe tomorrow's semi-finals one will be really exciting to watch out in between among both of them. The match that we will witness, Revenant XSPARK and Chocolate Banana, both of them are really qualified. But quickly jumping on, right, what do we have up next, right? LZT Stings versus CUTIE PATOOTIES. CUTIE PATOOTIES, they faced Revenant XSPARK in the season 1 in the quarterfinals. They were thrashed with 3-0 scoreline, and Revenant XSPARK advanced to play with Reckon. But this time, LZT Stings, a new team coming into the question. I really am looking forward to how things will unfold, because if Stinks make sure that PATOOTIES are not gonna go further, that will be another different kind of storyline.
Yeah, let's see, and I'd love to see if it is going to be the very first complete best of 5 series of the day or not. We have seen a 3-1, we have seen a 3-0. I'd love to see a 3-2 as well. LGT Stings taking on CUTIE PATOOTIES. We have Dixie, we have Alanis, we have CSU God. On the other hand, I could see Mons. But let's take a look at the rosters now. I'd love to see what's gonna happen, because we have seen a 3-0 just now, which was phenomenally well, especially the heist. So I'd love to see what's gonna happen. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, for this quarterfinal match number 3, we will have the same map pool and same modes as the quarterfinal number 1. So let's see what's gonna happen when we end up in Hard Rock Mine.
Oh yeah, this is going to be interesting how the maps will unfold. Good competition is what I'm looking forward to, because we are going to see Stings for the first time in this entire mix. So yeah, let's just hope that things actually fall into the places where they're supposed to. CUTIE PATOOTIES, they will be looking forward to do something better, because this time they would look forward to secure a semi-final slot for themselves, and if they don't, it's going to be a big upset for the entire side. While LZT Stings, they are playing, 2 players are playing from one room itself. While you see the plushie, it's pretty cool, man. Having a bed like that with kind of so many plushies. I mean, I have some, but I just cannot keep them on the bed. I get judged.
Oh, sad. Really sad. I'm feeling really sad for you right now. But yeah, let's see. Soon the draft begins. Soon we'll get to see the teams clashing with each other. I'd love to see a Star Nova in the play once again, right?
Yeah.
We have seen 2 times. We have seen Star Nova today in game number 1, and she was phenomenal. The super works out pretty well. The gadgets are dope enough to secure the gems and kind of save yourself all the time as well. So maybe she as a gem carrier would be a great pick, and she as a distraction is a great pick as well, that we have seen in the second best of 5 series. So let's see what's going to happen in the draft, and which team is going to come victorious in the very first set of this BO5 series.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. It's going to be important for how things will unfold. We will be starting with a Hard Rock Mine. Quickly with that gem grab situation, it's going to be important how things will unfold. And then you have got the Brawl Ball, you've got the Heist, you've got the Hot Zone, and in the end it's going to be Knockout. So I'm really excited how things will unfold. And so far we have seen some really good action coming up, and this is the beginning where we are looking forward to. LZT Stings, this is me seeing them for the first time in the entire competition, and I really hope they meet up my expectations because, yeah, Cutie PATOOTIES, we have seen their game in the previous Season 1. It was really great. But coming down to the Season 2, I'm really expecting they improve their play style with the strategies that they had used in the previous game. They had to face REVENANT XSPARK in Season 1. This time, it's not REVENANT XSPARK, it's LZT Sting. So they do stand a chance to qualify for semifinals if LZT Sting somehow manages to not perform the way they are supposed to.
Well, let's see how are they going to perform and what is going to be the results of this particular best of 5 series. But one thing is certain, I want to witness that knockout game, the very first knockout of the day this could be. Let's see what's going to happen. Let's see what the brawlers picks are going to be. I'd love to see a Star Nova. I've been, looking forward to see a Star Nova in Season 1 as well. But sadly, there was no Star Nova at all. This time, they've already seen 2 Star Novas. This is the third best of 5. There could be another Star Nova, maybe a ban, maybe a pick. You never know. Apart from that, there are plenty of brawlers. That's what me and AJ were talking about. There are more than 100 brawlers in the game. And these players, they are just so comfortable with most of them that sometimes they come up with a brawler that is completely out of meta, that is not that viable at all, but end up winning the game. Not just winning, they end up dominating the game and dominating the play with that brawler. So hands down, let's wait and watch which brawlers are these teams gonna pick.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see how things will unfold because once again we had seen some really good picks in the last couple of games. We've seen so many Otis being picked one after another. Damien coming into the play in the first game, which I casted of REVENANT XSPARK. They did some Damien action coming in. Then we had, as you mentioned, we have seen a lot of picks coming in for the Star Nova. We have seen them working out, Kit being picked today in different maps. I'm really looking forward to see if we can see another Star Nova in the picture, but Cutie PATOOTIES says we don't want them, so we have eventually banned, along with Edgar, Otis, Damien being back, Mortis being that one non-ban along with Colette, as well as Mina. Today we have seen so many Mina bans. I mean, we didn't see that in Season 1 though. So yeah, let's just move on. We might just see some better pick like EMZ is available. Yeah, you've got also Chester available, and Alanis will say like, okay, I'm just gonna go for it.
Chester already picked. Damien is banned though, a perfect ban. We all know that Star Nova, she could be a good counter against Damien, but at the same time, Damien, that's a very lethal brawler out there. Edgar is a global ban as expected. Star Nova is a global ban as well. Mina, Otis is gone too, and Otis is a global ban. I was not expecting Otis to be a global ban though. Maybe a Sadwise ban. It's a good brawler there. Najia pick coming in, Chester pick coming in. Let's see what are they going to pick for the time being. It is going to be the map of Hard Rock Mine, and I'd love to see who's going to be the mine carrier in this game.
It's going to be important, right? So many good picks coming on the way. You've got a Chester coming in, now you've got Najia in the fray, you've got Nita as well bringing in the comp. Boba, he will be looking forward to do something. Monis is having some good drafts for his team. Some good picks are really necessary. Now Chester coming in, we might just look forward to see some, maybe a Lumi coming in. I'm not quite sure about. We have seen some Lumi picks as well. We've seen EMZ being brought in the comp as well. So I'm really looking forward to see if we can see some of those mythic brawlers coming into the entire picture, because even bringing in Nita has worked out pretty fine for some of the teams, but it's a stew for the side of LZT Stings.
Yeah, Stu alongside Chester is a viable pick there. Let's see what is going to be the third and final pick for them. I can see a Nita. I love Nita there. You do have a Najia alongside Nita. Nita, maybe you could have paired a Damien with a Nita pretty well, but a Damien ban it is, so you cannot opt for a Damien clearly. And Otis could have been a great pick as well, but Otis is also banned for this series, not just for the series, for the whole of best of 5 series. Let's see what's going to be the final pick for Cutie PATOOTIES now. This final pick is gonna clear a lot of things for both the teams and about this draft. Let's see, a shade there. Let's see what's going to be the final pick of this draft.
One last pick coming in from the side of Cutie PATOOTIES. It's important how the last piece of puzzle will be solved, and yeah, it's a Griff is what we are seeing from. I don't know how to spell this name. I mean,
I just love
What
Griff.
is this language, chat? If anybody's watching,
I'm not
they
sure.
can just tell us.
I know Griff there, so I'll just call him Griff.
Griff,
But yeah,
let's call him
Necros,
Griff.
you can do that for this set, right? But you don't know what brawler he's gonna pick in the upcoming sets. But yeah, for this one, he is Griff. I love playing Griff. No, I am a Griff spammer whatsoever. I like his super so much. Let's see, and I'd love to see how many kills he ends up with during the end of this set as well. Nazia is there, so another good meta pick. You've got a Griff, which is a good brawler, and now you have an OG Nita as well. So I'd love to see how he's going to utilize his super as well. That Deer is going to haunt the other team around. Oh, that stun! Griff is gone! Well, he couldn't have done anything. He was stunned, completely stunned. And just look at them, they're completely annihilating Cutie Patooties for the time being. They have the complete control of the mine. And what are they up to?
This is crazy. This is literally crazy. LZT Stings taking up that driver's seat for themselves from the very start of the game. 5-1 is the scoreline with the gems that they have in the fray. But Alanis going up close, personal, takes down Nita. A beautiful opener coming up from the side of Alanis. Might just go down and take Monis down. He barely survives. Najia, playing on that Najia, he has big responsibilities up on their shoulders. 7-1, not being allowed even closer to the gym mine. Again, Mon is being taken down. Texi is literally looking unstoppable, and you can see 10 gems. The one that they even had at the very start has been taken away, and LZT Stings, this is a different kind of approach. While Cutie Patooties, they seem like they're astonished by the performance of what they had done. While Alana is still going up close and personal with the Chester, not a viable decision, but the timer runs out and the first round just ends in a fraction of seconds. Not even a proper 1 minute of game we witnessed. LZT Stings, what a beautiful, what an aggressive start to the entire round.
Dixie was so aggressive in this particular round, so many kills. I think he has secured more than 6 to 7 kills in this single round. And at the same time, too, he was the gem carrier of the team. And I haven't seen him even in the fights. He was not even indulging that much because he knew that Dixie is there to carry forward at the front foot. And then you had a Chester as well. Just look at that Dixie, once again trying to stun someone, once again trying to secure some kill. Oh, can he take down Griff this time? No, he won't be able to, but the damage amount was insane once again. His 2 already does have 5 gems there. Does he have his super? The super, yep. Let's see. Oh, Dixie, he does have his super. He's going to utilize it, and he's again going at a hunt this time. He's going to secure Griff. Might take down another good brawler. Yep, and Nita is in danger as well. But no, she's going to annihilate him. But at the same time, Stu now is holding 8 gems.
Alanis has to use the super as quickly as possible. Now they are being pushed back and forth. Griff is still there in the contention. As you can see, Dixie waiting for the right moment to strike in. Nita comes up close and personal. Her HP has been depleted so much. Boba won't be surviving another hit. That's not going to be a good one for him. And finally, oh, he barely survives. 871 down. Nita still into that entire picture. Dixie goes up close personal, taken down and punished by Monis. Instantly pushbacks, and you can see the number of gems that Cutie Patooties they have gained for themselves with that 1 kill off Dixie. He has to be cautious with every moveset that he's coming up with. Alan is still yet to use a super. Boba still survives. 1 good hit. He's down. And now once again, Griff in the backlines trying to create an impact. 10 gems countdown has already begun for LZT Stings. And you can see the damage is surreal as Cutie Patooties. They will lose this one. There's no way they're making a comeback. And that is done and dusted. LZT Stings will walk away with the gem grab.
Well, as soon as they had those 10 gems, they have utilized everything. All the gadgets, all the hypercharges, all the supers they had. Chester was on fire. He was completely spamming all the abilities because they knew that all we need to do now is make sure that our Stu is safe and sound. And that's exactly what they did. I think that was complete annihilation. Cutie Patooties, they couldn't stand any chance at all in this very first set. For sure, it was a 2-0 victory, and the very first game ended, in 30, maybe 40 seconds? Maybe as soon as the mine gave them 10 gems, and they were like, yeah, we are done. Let's just end this game. Let's take a look at the highlights. Though the whole game was like a little highlight there. But just look at Dixie. Just look how he has secured so many kills.
Yeah, he has done some exceptional job. You have to give him the credits for that. Dixie was going all up close and personal, and he was just giving away damages like anything that we were not even... We couldn't have expected that. Come on, we just have to admit it that they had done some exceptional job. LZT Stings, they were just overpowering their opposition, and there was nothing that I could say that CUTIE PATOOTIES could have done. Every time they were trying to step up with their game, they wanted to get closer to the gem mine. They were being thrashed left, right, and center, and LZT Stings, they have kind of dropped a statement that if you are taking us lightly, mate, you are the one who is at fault. So you better watch out for in the upcoming games, because the next one is going to be the Brawl Ball. But quickly jumping on to the MVP list, it's Dixie with 8 kills and 5 deaths and an average DPS of 367.78.
And this is just a single set we are talking about. The damage was insane. His damage per second is really high right now. It is 367. But let's take a look at the head-to-head. We have Stings 1, Dixie there, and on the other hand, we have a player from CUTIE PATOOTIES. I think he's the one playing Griff. We've got 8 is to 3 kills, 5 deaths from both the end, and just look at the average DPS. Dixie was leading by a huge margin. But then again, that was just the very first set of this whole BO5 series. And me and AJ were talking about this one thing, that sometimes some teams, they are really good with on one mode, but they're not so good when it comes to another mode. So they were great when it came to the jam grab, but you never know what's going to happen when we enter pinball dreams to watch some more Brawl Ball action. So I'd love to see what is going to happen in Brawl Ball. Will Damien be there? Is he global ban? I'm not sure. I just forgot. Which brawlers are they going to pick? I'd love to see a Finks once again. We have seen a Finks in the previous game. So that's a viable brawler for sure. But will anyone play it? That's a huge question mark yet to discover. Maybe once we get to see what these players are going to in the draft. What are their bans? What are they planning? That's going to be a lot more fun. But it's a 1-0 lead, and CUTIE PATOOTIES, to bounce back from this situation, you guys need a solid plan and even better coordination.
I completely agree to that, because the way they were playing, it was something that it felt like they were kind of lost with the gameplay. They had no strats, no counterattacks left in their entire book. They were just looking forward to just go in, maybe just take a chance, get the kills, maybe get some control. It's what they were looking forward to. But quickly jumping on to the next game, it's going to be the Brawl Ball coming into the picture, and Mones again stays with the Najia, and this is going to be important. And there's no change on the brawlers for Mones. He's confident with that one. He was trying to inflict a good amount of damage, but I'm not sure whether LZT is going to be thinking that way, though they've got the Chester back on their side.
Well, they're sticking with their Chester as well. That was a successful play for them, right? So they're not going to back off either. But let's see, could it be a Griff pick? Is anyone going to take a Griff? No, a Stu pick there. Okay, not bad. Not bad at all. But maybe a Kenzie? We have seen pretty good Kenzie so far. So that could be a viable pick to solidify your position, to create space for the team, for the ball, to secure a good goal. Apart from that, what other brawler can you pick? Let's see. Mortis is not banned. You can go for a Mortis as well. That could be a great pick too. CUTIE PATOOTIES, they are taking their sweet little time, making sure to make no mistakes. Okay, they're gonna pick Ruffs there. Let's see. Ruffs is here.
Now you've got Stu, you've got Chester, you've got Ruffs on the other end, as well as along with Najia. So you've got some good drops coming in quickly if we jump in. It's a Brawl Ball, so you gotta make up with some good brawlers out there who can kind of tank the damage, give them good kind of damage, and again get the scores done. It's really important. We've also seen Griff being used. It has been a good pick for a couple of teams, but you see a Cordelius coming in. And by the way, I was just discussing about the name that this player has, and one of the persons in the chat just translated, and he just gave a name that in English that name means that he's too handsome. Okay, if it's that, so. But yeah, Cordelius is gonna be the pick that he's using.
Well, let's see what he's gonna perform like with that Cordelius, because in the previous game, not so promising. Let's see what's gonna happen in this one. I can see a Stu, Chester, Ruffs Nazia and the Corellius there to counter them. Cutie Patooties, you guys need to level up your game. This could be a do or die, because if you lose this one, the next one is surely going to be a do or die for them, right? So you'll have to give it all. You'll have to play by everything that you have learned so far, because if you lose this one, you will be out of the quarterfinals, won't be able to make it to the semi-finals either, right? Because this is a single elimination. Let's see how they're gonna play. Let's see how they're gonna dominate the battlefield. This is Brawl Ball. Let's directly jump into the game and let's see. It is LGT Stings with a 1-0 lead, and just look at them. Cutie Patooties this time, they are trying to be a bit aggressive to begin with.
Yeah, good start already, and we can see that they're looking forward to kind of do something incredible this time. Cutie Patooties again, they've been cornered like anything. Come on, Modest, you gotta do something better. The damage is surreal, the ball is still under that fray, but Mimi is just gonna use with the Cordelius. He wants to just go up as quickly, as closer as possible, along with Boba in his back. Alanis has got the super, waiting for the right moment to hit it right, and now you see one good score coming in. Monis!
No, what was that, man? Nobody was expecting that. I couldn't even see the opening, but he went for it and secured the goal as well. Let's see, it's a 1-0 lead now, and coming back from this is gonna be hard. Stu goes down. Dixie once again is not able to secure that many kills like the previous one, and Cordelius once again was trying to do the same thing, but this time was stunned and shut down by the whole of LGT Stings there. They need to secure an opening, right? Because there are so many obstacles. It is not going to be that easy to score a goal, but oh, God, goes all in. Secures a kill as well. That's two, but no opening at all to score a goal there.
Yeah, already that one goal is gonna annoy a lot to the side of LZT Stings. They just want to destroy those obstacles, and they just want to get a control. They've already pushed it so much. Mimi will be on the left-hand side, on the left lane. You have to get the control. Dixie gets taken down. Oh, and that's a really bad timing for the side of LZT Stings. Cutie Patootie still on the backlines. Alanis with the super has to do something. Monis has been pushed back. The damage is good, but you have to get the ball. You need to get the score. 20 seconds on the clock is what it remains. Mimi on the left lane. As you can see, his guard is just going to go all in, up close and personal, trying to take down Monis is going to be a big task. Monis again gets the ball. He will be looking for to get the second score, but no, it's not going to be like that. Dixie punishes him down, and Boba also gets taken down as well. 9 more seconds on the clock. Can there be another score? The answer should be a big no, and there is no way that Stings can make a comeback in this round.
A hypercharge from Corelius, but the game is over. There's no time left for you to score any more goals. Cutie Patooties, that was a phenomenal round for them. If only the other team, if only they have had some gadgets to break those obstacles down, maybe they could have secured some goals, because there were plenty of times where they've secured 2 kills or more, but there were so many obstacles in the way, they couldn't score the goal. Let's see, this time again, Cordelius, he's going all out, and Cutie Patooties, oh man, they're so aggressive in this game.
You can see the kind of damage, the kind of control they want to have. Cutie Patooties, they were pretty happy to win the first round of this BO3 series, but right away, this might have just sparked up the entire energy of LZT Stings. They will be looking forward to, kind of get some hefty amount of damage, maybe do some more extraordinary stuffs this time in the second round. The punishment is surreal. Dixie's super has done some crazy damage, but Alanis is just waiting. The main pressure for LZT Stings is that they want to go for scores, but as soon as they reach closer to those goalposts, their HP is depleting like anything, with the kind of constant damage coming from the side of Cutie Patooties. But eventually, when you just look onto the other perspective, now Cutie Patooties are up close and personal. Mimi will go for the first score, and once again, Cutie Patooties, they are so back in the competition.
Cutie Patooties, they want to secure this particular set at all the cost. That's what I was talking about. Play it like it's a do or die for you. Oh, God, pass the ball, but there's no opening once again. Dixie goes all in. Alanis, is he going to pass? No, he's gonna go for the score and gonna score that ball. Man, finally a goal for LZT Stings. It's a 1-1 now. Somehow they need to secure one more goal, so that we can enter the third round of this BO3 series. Let's see. God once again trying to create an opening. Dixie with the hypercharge. Cordelius is almost gone. Oh, he's surviving. No, he's gonna go down. But Alanis is so low. He's not gonna survive for long.
Oh yeah, you can see the damage, Mimi. Again, going and looking forward for a good score out there. You need to kind of do something extraordinary that cannot be ending on a tie. We do realize CUTIE PATOOTIES is there in a lead. It might just go towards the third one. There's nothing taken away, but oh, praise God. Wants to give a hefty amount of damage. Monis up close and personal. Alanis HP has been defeated drastically as Dixie barely survives. Alanis are going for a scorer's approach. He has the ball, wants to go for a score. Before wants to get a kill, but he's got scores and brings LZT Sinks into the picture. And it's 1-1 for the Brawl Ball contention as we will go for the third round itself.
That was so hard, but they somehow did it. They somehow made it possible. It seemed like it is impossible to come back from that situation onward, but they did it, and now it's a 1-1 score line. If only they can secure this particular round, this could be a 2-0 score line in the whole of best of 5 series. They've got that initial kill. They're going all in to get some frag. All you need to do is score now. There was the proper annihilation. They've secured all those 3 kills within just maybe 10 seconds. All they need to do now is defend. They can shift completely defensive and still win this round.
Oh, you can see, you can imagine the kind of impact that he's got. He's got a big responsibility. He has to stop Mimi from scoring. The back arrives. Dixie is there. Alanis is there. But Monis, look at him go all deeper inside that. What? He's inside that goal zone. And yeah, that is a kind of impact that you kind of use it precisely. Hells him, traps him out. The moveset being used at the right spot. But eventually, God is there. He was completely under some influence at that moment, but CUTIE PATOOTIES, they are looking to have a good score, while LZT Stings are already in the lead. They will be looking forward to push them away as much as possible, maybe get the second score done, but without just getting kills, it's not possible, and Monis gets taken out immediately.
They were trying to create an opening, but now that all the 3 brawlers are back, they're not gonna aggress so much. Stu made a mistake there. Alanis will go down as well. That is going to be an easy goal for CUTIE PATOOTIES. Well, they've secured that space for them in quite a manner, and they've also destroyed the obstacle in the mix as well. That is an easy goal for them. Hypercharge from Alanis. His SP is low though. Cordelius goes down without utilizing his super. Stu does have his super. That's a clear path to a goal for them, and they're gonna secure that goal in no time. LZT Stings, what a comeback it is, Necros. From a 0-1 to a 2-1 lead in this whole set of best of 3 series. They were totally insane, and it felt like it is going to be impossible for them to come back from the point they were. But at the same time, they have secured that second round, and in the third and final round of the set, they were so dominant. They were just aggressing, and I think they've secured the very first goal of the third round in just 15 to 20 seconds of the game. So, that's the kind of precision and confidence you need if you're really looking to be a part of the semi-finals of Brawl Stars Challengers.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. But quickly jumping on to the highlights of what happened in the Brawl Ball competition, you will get an idea of how things have unfolded. CUTIE PATOOTIES, they did have a good start. Nothing's taken away. They kind of Monis coming up with those sneaky scores was something that I was not expecting. But hey, you gotta just stay alarmed. You have to stay up on your tippity toes to kind of absorb all these kind of instances. But again, you talk about how LZT Stings they had played, all the scores they made, the kind of pressure they were always keeping on was actually pretty good to pressurize CUTIE PATOOTIES up to their corners. So that helped them pretty much, and they just utilized the loopholes that they got in front of them.
Well, definitely they did. With this, they've secured a victory in this set as well, just like they did in the gem grab. But this is a 2-0 lead in the whole of best of 5 series. They've secured a victory in set 1 with a 2-0 scoreline, in set 2 with a 2-1 scoreline. And CUTIE PATOOTIES, it's going to be a do or die for them From now on, every game is a do or die for them, no matter if they win, if they lose. If they can maybe secure 2 set victories from here on, we'll be able to see the knockout finale, the 5th game of the BO5 series. But let's take a look at our MVP. It is Diggsy. Kills, a total of 20 kills in 3 rounds. That is insane. Just 14 deaths, impressive KD ratio there, and an average DPS of 295. So this time Cutie Patooties Meme played really well too. 15 kills, 14 deaths, and almost 283 DPS. So I believe this time Cutie Patooties, they kind of leveled up, and that's why it was so exciting to watch. But you never know what's gonna happen in the 3rd installment of this best of 5 series, in the 3rd set, when we enter the mode of heist and the map of pit stop. I'd love to see if Cutie Patooties can maybe come up with a comeback. I'd love to see a comeback. I really want to see a comeback, and I want them to take it further on towards the 5th game, on towards the finale of this best of 5 series. And it is going to be so much fun. Just imagine Cutie Patooties from being 2-0 to being 2-2, if only they can do that.
Oh, if only can they do that. But also when the picture comes in, the next mode is going to be the map of heist, and well, the game mode has been tough. It has been challenging for a lot of teams. You talk about REVENANT and XSPARK, they got thrashed in this map of heist, and it was something that they cannot believe it. Even though they tried pretty hard, but it seemed like that they were a little off in this mode itself. But heist can be that one map where Cutie Patooties, they will look forward to kind of win and maybe push this series a bit further, make it a little bit, creating some more chances for themselves, make it a little bit livable for themselves. But overall, if we just talk about the bigger picture, I feel like we will be seeing some good brawler picks this time, because we have seen some Kenji action in the past. We've seen how things have unfolded with Otis being in that entire draft, though Otis is banned, so we won't be seeing him though. But you've got other options. We have seen Kit doing some exceptional job, Chester there, Sandy there. I'm really looking forward to see what we can expect.
I just love the Barry ban. I just love it. You know, it is the mode of heist, and nobody won that Barry. Nobody won that Cole to be on the opposition side. The Cole with a hypercharge can completely destroy. Even a single strike can deal so much damage to your safe. And I'm not even talking about his super. His super is so powerful in heist. So yeah, Cole is banned. Barry is gone as well. Lomi is banned. Colette, and yeah, Nita is banned too. They're gonna go up with the
if you see clashing,
yeah.
we have the Damien option open if somebody wants to go for it.
I'm not sure. It is heist, so are they gonna go with that Damien? Miko, a great pick. Good pick, Miko, when it comes to heist. You also have Pierce. Pierce is not banned, so yeah, you can opt for Pierce as well. That could be a great MM, a great sniper. If only you can, connect those shots. Chuck is there as well. Chuck is not banned, so maybe someone might pick that Chuck, the unstoppable train. And if you just know how to optimize Chuck without losing your life, how to utilize it, that could be a great pick in heist.
It is what we're looking for. You've got a Cordelius in the mix as well. On Mones, he was playing pretty well on that, and then the picture just changes to onto the different side, and we look forward. You've got a BB in the mix on Dixie. It's a new brawler we're seeing in today's day, so I'm really excited to see how the BB turns out, while we will be seeing another action come in. The bus is back in the comp for Cutie Patooties along with the Cordelius. Let's see how things will match up for it.
Let's see what's gonna happen. They've already banned out Shade, so yeah, there's not going to be a Shade in the mix for sure. Miko is already there, BB is there as well. What else can you pick? Nita is gone. Oh, let's see. There was a case there, and we have seen such a good game with that assassin just in the previous best of 5 series. She was on fire. Just if you just know how to utilize the gadgets on her, if you just know how to finish the distance and how to get to that safe, I just love Case. She can deal a lot of damage to the safe with just a single hit. But apart from that, let's see what's going to be the final pick from the side of LGT. Stings, Otis it is. How can we forget? Oh, isn't Otis banned? I think it's global ban, no? Yeah. I'm not sure. Let's see what's going on. We'll get to the core soon enough. Let's see what are they gonna pick as the final option of the draft, the final pick of the draft. But yeah, let's wait.
I really got surprised that I was like, I saw
Yeah.
Otis being banned. Right? But how is
Yeah, even
this
I got confused
brawler
for a
in
bit.
the comp? Yeah, it's a tricky one, but let's hope that we get to see the exact action in taking place. But ladies and gentlemen, this is the round that we're looking forward. LZT Stings. This is a game mode where they would love to seize the victory, as we are just diving into that heist mode. And you can see Dixie being so aggressive already, and PATOOTIES, they're seeming like in a bit of danger, as Monis is still trying to guard the safe as much as possible.
Well, yeah, and I think this could be a restart, right? Let's see what's going to be the final pick once again, because the 5 picks were quite legitimate. I think they have multiple options, and as we always talk about that, the game has more than 100 brawlers out there. So you can somehow come up with a permutation, a combination to work out everything. Maybe a bull. I like bull on heist. I like it more on Brawl Ball though. It's a brawler that somehow completely denies to get out of meta. Bull, Colt, they are some of those brawlers. But yeah, we are back in the game, and so far so good. It is Cutie PATOOTIES who are in the lead, but this time LZT Stings, they're dealing a lot of damage. There's some hero. Yep, there's a hero, and he's constantly dealing that damage. The shield pops in, and they are still unstoppable. Can you imagine jumping in between 2 heroes to deal some amount of damage to the save? Just 3% more remaining.
Yeah, already we can have an idea about how things are unfolding. 3% more left on there, and now you can see the damage being inflicted so much. One last hit is what requires. 3% health remains on Cutie PATOOTIES. Safe, and the jump comes in, and this is going to be the first round being secured by LZT Stings. And the first round is under the way, and yeah, they will walk away with that first victory. Still one more round to go. If Stings somehow manages to win that one as well, they walk away as the winners, and this is where they want to be. They want to qualify in the semis with the style. Again, Cutie PATOOTIES, this can be one of the biggest upsets in back-to-back 2 seasons, while you see Alanis going all up close along with Dixie, damaging the save as much as possible, but taking time, hiding in the tall grasses. Oh, Monis will be the one big problem for his side of Dixie. But Dixie gets the kill, also damages the save as much as possible.
Dixie is annoying them so much, and for so long, even dealt so much of damage. That is the kind of annoying brawlers you really need to ban out of the draft. But you have it, LGT Stings. They have already got Cutie PATOOTIES safe down to the 23 bits of its health, and they're gonna just completely destroy it. With it, it's a 2-0 victory, and it is going to be a 3-0 in the whole of best of 5 as well, Necros, because LGT Stings and the run they had in this BO5. I have no words how to explain this, but this team, they were on fire. I'd love to see them play against WIGGLYSPOO'S, and I'd love to see how they're gonna challenge WIGGLYSPOO'S when it comes to the semi-finale, if WIGGLYSPOO'S makes it to the semi-finale. And if they somehow can make it to the finale, who are they going to face? Is it going to be RNT, XSPARK, or some other team? And how are they going to perform against them? These are all the questions, and we'll get all the answers by tomorrow. So do not forget to subscribe.
Yeah, definitely do not forget to subscribe, and also do not miss to kind of tap on that bell icon, because tomorrow when we go live again with the semis-finals, you should get the notification on your notifications bar that we are live with the Brawl Stars Southeast Asia Challengers. So yeah, you do not miss the opportunity, you do not miss all those action coming in. But when we have a kind of idea of what happened in the entire highest mode, you can have a brief recap that it was all about LZT Stings dominating. The second one was too much. I mean, they did not even let them cross the midway part.
Indeed, they were not letting them, they were not giving them any space at all. and they've secured this set like it was nothing, especially on the mode of heist. Firstly, when it was jam grab, they played phenomenally well. It was quite one-sided. When it came to Brawl Ball, I really felt that Cutie Patooties, they were fighting back, and for a second I really thought that this could be a comeback game. But somehow they made sure that they're not losing that one at all. Dixie became once again the MVP of this whole series with a total of 28 kills, only 19 deaths, and an average damage per second of 319.23. On the other hand, we had Boba from Cutie Patooties, and he was playing phenomenally well as well. Look at his average DPS, it is 336. But in the end, it is a team game, right? And the all of three players will have to play together, will have to outperform the other team. Then only you can secure victories in these sets and then the series.
Exactly, and this is where it's going to be important how things will unfold. But yeah, they will qualify for the semi-finals. They will become this third semi-finalist. LZT Stings, they had a wonderful day so far. Yeah, the second one was a bit tough, but Brawl Ball, Cutie Patooties won one of those rounds. But still, that doesn't matter. LZT Stings, they win 3 sets and they will advance to the semis, and they will wait for their opponent to be decided, because the fourth match is where it will be decided who will be facing them tomorrow in the second semi-finals itself. But so far, Cutie Patooties, another upset in the entire picture, something definitely that they were not expecting kind of, but yeah, this is how the story ends again for them in the Season 2 as well of Brawl Stars Challenger Southeast Asia. It was Revenant XSPARK in the first one. It is now Cutie Patooties. It is now LZT Stings in the second season for sure. But now it's time for the fourth and the final match of the day. It is again going to be really, really interesting to see how things will unfold, because WIGGLYSPOO versus GBD is a tough competition, which I believe for GBD. But also in this competition, and to cast this last game, I have AJ7 with me, replacing Star Clashing for the very last match. So AJ, again, welcome back to the desk, and now we're going to witness WIGGLYSPOO versus GBD. I'm really pretty much excited for this matchup, because again, WIGGLYSPOO, they were the finalists for Season 1 and now coming back again for the fourth quarterfinals. I'm really looking forward to see how things will unfold.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for having me again. And yeah, WIGGLYSPOO team, like, they were in the finals last time, and they definitely don't want to miss out the chance this time around. They were facing Revenant XSPARK. They were phenomenal throughout the series with 3-0 this time around. They are going forward with 3-1 this time. But yeah, WIGGLYSPOO, they still have the chance to make out to the finals. And we're gonna see GBD versus WIGGLYSPOO team. Can't wait to see these team clashing around, brawling around in the maps again. And I have high hopes from WIGGLYSPOO again, because these players are so skilled. I've seen them, they have so much win potential. As Response as one of the player who was actually a world champion of 2020. Hiroshi is one of the best player in that region as well. Primey, they got one more pro player. They have so much LAN event experience as well. Primey also has been a coach for Revenant XSPARK for a very long time in the previous days and LAN events. Now GBD, we have Price, we have DY222, and we have Senna coming up from the blue roster. And yeah, I mean, these players are also trying to emerge from the region, and we're gonna see them facing off WIGGLYSPOO team.
Oh, this team has, again, you have to do something extraordinary. But when you talk about these players, Response, Hiroshi and Primey, oh, what a wonderful run they had in the Season 1. Primey was literally wrecking things apart against every other team who was coming on the way or closer to his side. Now when we just have a discussion about how Primey is prepared for this one, I am really looking forward to see if their opponent team GBD, they do have some counter plans for them as counter plans for them or not. Because when you just look out of what happened in Season 1, right? Season 1, you had all the data that you need, because GBD, they were not in the picture as far as I remember. They were not one of those teams that we witnessed in Season 1, so you had a good amount of gap, and you had a kind of preparation phase before walking into the Season 2, where you are aware that some of those teams will be continuing in Season 2 itself. So yeah, WIGGLYSPOO is one of them. They are a really, really tough team to kind of beat down, and I am really wishing luck for GBD, because I've seen what WIGGLYSPOO is capable of, and if they come up and they do the same thing that what they did in Season 1, it is going to be a nightmare ride for GBD in this entire run.
Yeah, then definitely they have to come up with a miracle, you know. I mean, it's fair to call them the underdog at the moment because, you know, WIGGLYSPOO team has such an experience. As I mentioned before, they have so much experience in LAN as well. So yeah, it's not gonna be easy to face them right off, right? You gotta be, you have to, if you have to stay alive, you have to get over this team, which is actually pretty scary. They were the finalists from the previous season, and they are looking for a long run this time around. They're going for the finals again. They definitely want it back. They're probably looking for a revenge from REVENANT XSPARK. But yeah, for that, WIGGLYSPOO team have to get over GBD just in order to qualify for the next day. We have the map pools already, which is going to be Hard Rock Mine for Gem Grab for the first game. We're going to see Pinball Dreams for Brawl Ball and Pit Stop for Heist. Safe zone is also there for, you know, I mean, I love hot zone so much because, you know, especially the maps having a single zone, it's just so fun to watch because all the chaos, all the drama happens in one single place, you know, rather than the split zone. I like it when it's a single zone, right? All the superchargers being thrown, all the mess being spread out in the middle of the map is always fun to watch. So yeah, followed by that, we'll be seeing knockout if we get lucky enough to see the last phase of the game as well, which is going to be hard, but yeah, they have to pull up with something.
Oh yeah, they have to pull up with something, but when we just talk about it, yeah, we had a discussion about WIGGLYSPOO'S run. They had to fit in the grand finals of Season 1, and that's why we haven't seen them even playing against REVENANT XSPARK. I was really excited to see WIGGLYSPOO versus REVENANT XSPARK in the last time. Maybe I can manifest something like that in this Season 2. Maybe we can see WIGGLYSPOO actually playing the grand finals. Well, I'm just telling, I'm not aware of what GBD is capable of. If GBD again comes out as a better team against WIGGLYSPOO, I would love to see that Brawl Stars action coming in. But yeah, as you have mentioned, WIGGLYSPOO is a really experienced team. You have got ex-players of REVENANT XSPARK in this team. Hiroshi, they have been together, and I really wanted to see the REVENANT XSPARK versus WIGGLYSPOO matchup just because I wanted to see Sargent take up against his ex-teammate. That is a big storyline that I'm still looking forward to. But when we just talk about this game, Gem Grab is where we are starting the action again. My eyes will be on the draft phase. I am really looking forward to see what kind of brawlers we will be expecting in this match because we have seen some really interesting brawlers in the past couple of matches itself. Some of those brawlers which has not been picked in the entire Season 1.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, I'm more of interested in the global bans because last game we got to see, Otis being global ban, and like a lot of people in the chat are very happy about it because it's a very consistent brawler in every map and mode, and I was actually happy to see that people considered that brawler as a threat for once. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the bans actually because picks though we get to see them here and there a lot of times, like Chester, Otis, and Shade is also working out recently so much. But yeah, for now it's gonna be Gem Grab, and can't wait to see what kind of strategies they can reveal. They might reveal some new strategies this time around. These brawlers, these players can cook up with anything. They can be full of surprises. They can come up with brawlers which we don't even think of being viable in such maps and mode. So yeah, let's see how things goes. I'm just waiting for the chaos to begin.
Yeah, I'm also waiting for the chaos to begin, but I'm really looking forward to see Spiky coming back into the action. Sorry, Primey actually, not Spiky. I mean, come on, he was playing on Spike in the last Season 1 as well. So yeah, it's Spiky, Primey. It's a mix of names that we can use every time. Come on, jokes apart. Yeah, I really want to see Primey in the action, and this time I'm really hoping that he dominates of like what he did in Season 1 itself. Followed by, you've got so many good players. Just take up Hiroshi, man. Hiroshi and Primey, they have been such a great duo in Season 1 itself. The duo domination was surreal, and that is what I was afraid to see if I was in the opposition side. Yeah, I do not want these two players to play on a single team. So I'm really looking forward to see how things will unfold, and yeah, WIGGLYSPOO, they better be looking towards the finals this time.
And yeah, having said that, these players have been there together for a very long time. They have great chemistry between them. The communication skill between them is just outstanding. You know, they know what to do even before, you know, probably their teammate commits for something. We have the global bans, which is going to be Edgar, Damien, and Najia. Edgar being the common one from both sides. We have the normal bans coming in, which is Najia, Crow, Colette, and Mina. Okay, that's some. I see a lot of common brawlers being banned out from both sides. They definitely don't want these brawlers to be there in the equation, you know, because it's just not. It's just very important. If you don't have the first pick, it's obviously important to just get rid of the Colette itself. You know, first pick from Primey, which is gonna be Sandy. Is gonna give so much value with that radius. You know, that large radius that gives invisibility and also speed at times with hypercharge to the whole team, and it gives so much value, you know. And now we're seeing Otis, a very controlled and balanced brawler in the game right now, followed by Chester with such a variety and his possibilities on his pockets.
Now you've got some good picks out there. This is what you are kind of look out for. Chester has been working pretty fine in the past couple of rounds, is what we witnessed. Yeah, now you've got a Sandy in the mix from Primey. I mean, we've seen Sandy being used by Primey in Season 1 as well, and he was really having an outstanding performance in that. He will be looking forward to do the very same thing once again. And when you have got opportunities to kind of use picks like Oli or maybe an Ali coming into the picture, why just not take it? Because we've seen Ali being banned so many times. Now you've got an option, and Response says, I'm going to take it.
Also, Ali has always been a threat, especially in a game mode like Gem Grab. She just steal you know, gems at a very surprising movement. She has this ability to get invisible. She has the ability to jump inches in the grass patches, and you know, eventually reaching out brawlers is very easy as well because of her mobility. You know, Senna, on the other hand, having Trunk as the final pick in the equation, which is quite interesting to see, even though like there's a Pam out there. Like Pam has the ability to just dish out all the ammo you have with the gadget, but you have to be precise and you have to wait for the right time, because if you just use it and some other random time, like Senna as a Trunk can just dive in and get nasty shots on you.
Yeah, there is always a high chance for that, right? Isn't it so? And when you just talk about the entire breakdown, I mean, the last time I saw Trunk being played, it was on Sergeant, and he literally went bonkers with that pick, and I am really expecting something similar to like that. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is the time we kickstart the fourth quarterfinals of the day. GBD take on WIGGLYSPOO for the very first time, while Response starts up pretty high as back-to-back kills are thrashing GBD out of this competition. And you can see 3 gems, maybe make it 4, being secured by WIGGLYSPOO in a quick succession, as Senna, the Trunk, is not actually functioning the way it is supposed to, but a good pressure is on the players of GBD.
Beautiful gameplay by Response, is doing the job very much in control. Is able to take down so many brawlers already within the first minute of the game itself. He's invisible, and I don't think so not a lot of opposition teammate knows that. Also, the large area with the Sandy super is gonna give them invisibility. 7-8 gems actually on top of the hit is gonna look very good. Nice run by Sandy, just on time to just shut down Senna's super. Hypercharge available for the Sandy as well in the middle of the map. Nice kill from Response. Has being invincible, he's just going for the kills. He is not worrying about the threat they're gonna face. Primey is looking good with the supers as well in the middle. Again, Senna, they're just not getting any opportunity to take down, and it's probably the first time Response getting take down for the first time, but it's still a win for them.
As I mentioned, it's a quick win for their side, and yeah, they are not even hesitating for a bit. It's a good one. It's a quick one for WIGGLYSPOO. They're quite aware of what they are supposed to do, and hey, come on, it was the kind of expected result, isn't it so? But yeah, WIGGLYSPOO, they win the first one, and again, they will look forward to continue their dominance like that. Oh, you can see the damage. Oh, Senna is literally coming with. It's a good one on that brawler. I just forgot the name. Yeah, he was doing exceptional, but Response coming in.
I mean, definitely. But if you're playing the trunk, especially against in the Ali's lane, you have to be very careful for using your attacks, because Ali has this ability to jump, and if you miss the shot, she just might juke you with the jumps itself. So response might take two, connects well on one, gets a kill, and is pretty low at the moment. Whereas Super in between by the Sandy is gonna keep the trunk behind with very low HP, and he dies to the star power from Sandy Supers itself, which is kind of embarrassing in the right hand side of the map, whereas the control fully taken by the red team again.
You know what? This is something that you would expect. Again, response in the mid, trying to give a hefty amount of damage on Senna. He has been really brutally tough for the others, as response needs to take care of something better. The constant damage on Senna will not allow him to come up forward. DY is still there, up close and personal. Response comes into the picture. 1v1, it's going to be a good battle, but it's going to be a responsive play coming in. Hiroshi in the backlines will be actually helping out response as much as possible. Primey in the mix will be healing himself up, waiting for the tall bushes to kind of ambush somebody, as Hiroshi, he will just be looking forward to provide the assistance, as once again it's WIGGLYSPOO as the winner.
What a game that was. What a game that was for response. He just responded so well with the brawler. But talking about Hiroshi and Primey in general, like with the Sandy, he was able to dish out 3 brawlers in the way, and like he was like, okay, enough of you response now. Let me farm kills as well. He was doing great, and the timing with the gadget was so precise in order to stop the trunk whenever he was just dashing in with the super. Like Sandy was able to take him down after that stun. It was very well timed, it was very well executed, and response was just amazing on that brawler. Like Ellie is a threat. I personally ban that brawler every time I play Gem Grab. I don't care about banning Edgar or like Alex. Ellie is such a threat, and if you play it right, if you time it well, she's amazing, especially when she's enraged, and she just dish out so much damage. Can take down 2 brawlers at once as well. Just look at that, just amazing execution, and giving them a nice win.
Yeah, and response was so good, right? He was so good with that play entirely, that every time he had to step up, get the damage, and again back off. That's it. That's the kind of play that you would want to see. But yeah, there's going to be a 2-0 scoreline for the Gem Grab mode, and yeah, WIGGLYSPOO is rising as the winner in the competition. But GBD, they better buckle up, because the next one is going to be the Brawl Ball coming in.
Definitely, they're looking for the long run. Talking about the MVP, we have Primey. I'm not even surprised at this point, to be very honest. It's been so great. 8 kills coming up from the Sandy 0 time. That's amazing as a gem carrier. Sandy's such a safe gem carrier. He was able to do his job very well, and it was just timing it. So absolutely deserved. Take a blow, take a bow. I mean, the crowd must be on their knees to watch this. This is such a peak, and the matchup, we can see DY 2-2 with getting 2 kills as well. I mean, they were doing great as well, but the pressure was red team for much heavy, and they were just quietly executing it so well. It didn't even feel like they were playing under pressure, like the WIGGLYSPOO team, as if it's just nothing for them. It's just a smooth take.
Hey, come on, when you have world champions in your team, you do tend to perform like this, right? Response has been super incredible, and when you've got Hiroshi, Primey, so many incredible players. I feel like, again, in Southeast Asia, WIGGLYSPOO is one of the top 2 teams that you would look up to, along with REVENANT and XSPARK. Definitely 2 of those teams. Then, if you have to look out for another, maybe we have a lot of teams in question. Even if I'm not wrong, it was Rogue, who were also a good team. But yeah, we'll have a discussion about it in the later part of the game. But right away, we have got Response picking up the first one. It is going to be the Star Nova coming into the picture, along with the Otis on the opposition.
Underrated pick yet again, and it's Brawl Ball. We can kind of guess the approach, we can kind of guess the vision. Another safe pick. I mean, I absolutely love the picks coming up from the blue roster itself. Like Otis, it's always safe to have, to shut down enemies, especially when you have, assassins and, tanks in general in the opposing team. We have Chester, who has that devastating hypercharge when dropped, can actually demolish the whole team. You have to time it well, and he actually cycles his super so well. Like, he's consistent. Like, he gets 4 kind of shots variants. He have 5 different supers. Amazing brawler. I really love that. And having said that, we have Finks. It's gonna give them so much area control, and Finks is always combined with Ems. I've seen that by the pros, right? You if you get the speed, Ems can be devastating. She can just dish out so much damage. The spray just sprays out so much, you don't have to wait much, and you can also slow things down whenever necessary, to juke shots, to stay alive for extra time, to buy time for your team itself. Last pick available for the blue roster, which is gonna be Gloomy.
One last pick it was, but look at the entire draft of WIGGLYSPOO, right? You can see the picks. You've got Finks, you've got Star Nova, you've got EMC, beautiful one, and now on the other end you've got Gloomy, Chester, and Otis coming in. Hopefully this time the Brawl Ball, they just come up stronger. Come on, I really want to see GVD putting up some competition other than WIGGLYSPOO having a dream run or a smooth ride for themselves. But hey, Primey, yeah man, you look good. We do understand that. He's fixing his hairs, but yeah, Primey, it's now time to focus in the game as we kickstart the Brawl Ball action.
So we are right here in the game itself. Finks trying to create some pressure, and that might be a nice easy goal in the beginning itself. 30 seconds in the game and they are already blowing up, and this should be enough. Like, I'm not even surprised by this time, and I'm quite surprised that there is not even a single assassin or not even a single tank in this game. Especially in Brawl Ball, you get to see them a lot. A gadget coming up from Response. He's gonna fall down. Right after that, a miss super 2, and the ball has been thrown in a very comfortable position yet again, but the blue team have to regen on time before the red one comes and pressurize them again.
Oh yeah, WIGGLYSPOO once again wants to have a control, but Primey and Senna both will go down at the very same time. There's nothing that they can be done, but Hiroshi gets the second goal dunked in, and yeah, that is the first round underway. WIGGLYSPOO, a good one indeed, a quick one. At this
They're
point,
very comfortable actually.
yeah. Hiroshi is me, literally the way he's sitting on the chair. It's just me. I can feel myself by seeing him. But yeah, quickly jumping on WIGGLYSPOO. They're already 1-0 ahead.
How comfortable they look, not just in real life but in game as well. They're just scoring back to back, smooth and easy. They make it look so effortless, as if it's just nothing, but they're doing it so nicely, precisely. The middle of the map they're controlling so much. I think Star Nova is a big up for them because she's able to just dish out so much damage, and the gadget is helping them reach out with full HP. She ran back with the super, but she will be taken down after the poison coming up from the Otis. Mute super, a nice kill coming up from Primey as well. Pops his super and might get a kill on Senna as well, and yeah, he succeeds to do so. And a team vibe coming up from Primey. He's going crazy, and a nice hypercharge to push back things around, and they get a nice easy goal in the Brawl Ball and they win the set.
Oh, this is incredibly well. This is WIGGLYSPOO winning this one. It's 2-0 already, the scoreline in the series. First it was the gem grab, now it's the Brawl Ball. It is all WIGGLYSPOO, and they might just decide, okay, they might have to catch a train probably in 15 minutes. It was like, okay, I'll be in 10. How? Ending the match as quickly as possible. This is how things are falling in for WIGGLYSPOO. They're just way too quicker. Even so quick, 30 seconds inside the game, they scored the first goal. Quickly, decimating their opponents, but quickly jumping on to the quick highlights of what happened in the Brawl Ball action. It was so quick. Come on, Hiroshi again. The first score came in. Then you can see the entire team jumped in. The scores were like easy peasy lemon squeezy for WIGGLYSPOO.
Definitely, as I mentioned before, they made it look so effortless. Like, I didn't even feel like the blue team was like they just struggled all around. Like the team by Prom's, Primey at this point, and that nice knockback, made him just win the round. I mean, this was just smooth. I don't even have much to say about this because it was so quick. There was not much happening around. Just kills after kills, pressure after pressure, and a nice easy take over. GBD. Primey, not even surprised. Once again, he's the star player with 13 kills, only one time death, an average damage of average damage per second of 406, which is amazing coming up from the Brawler. 5 kills coming up from DY222, but it's not gonna be close enough to match the double digits from Primey.
Yeah. I mean, this is exactly Primey's prime. We have seen him doing something similar in the previous game, and that is exactly the thing I was talking about. Primey, if he plays well, he's just too good to handle, and it is going to be really tough for the oppositions to kind of stand him out. But it's 2-0, 2-0 for the first 2 sets of the game, and now we move on to the heist mode, and there I really hope that GBD comes up with some better draft and come up with some better tactics, because so far it has been really very norm for them to come up against WIGGLYSPOO'S like that.
2 common bans yet again, which is going to be Crow and it's going to be Colette, and then it really makes sense in the game mode like this. You definitely don't want high damage dealing Brawler to be safe, right? And Pierce and Chuck is also banned out. You don't want that Rail to just dash around, get some nice damage. And Miko finally coming in the mix for the first time today, and I can see the smile, I can see Response laughing already. Do they have a plan? Could this be like they were already prepared for Brawler like this?
I mean, I guess they were, but oh, it's quick successions of pick coming in. Supernova, and we can see a Miko on the other end. That was something really interesting that I was expecting, kind of. I won't lie to it, but yeah, some interesting Brawler picks coming in.
Drafts are always fun to watch. These players can cook up with anything. I'm not getting to see a lot of Carl recently in the competitive scene, but now we can. Rice with the Carl pick, and Senna goes for Angelo. Amazing Brawler, another Brawler you can't afford to miss shots with. You have to charge up, but one massive shot can be enough to delete a Brawler from the map itself, or at least make them 1 HP back to them. Primey with Fang. I really like that Brawler, team by potential, and it's great to just reach out the safe quick and deal some damage. There are not even any. I think Fang is mainly here for defense purpose, just to watch out for the Miko, and I can just stay here, chill, get some nice kicks on the Miko, and just delete him out of nowhere. WIGGLYSPOO'S team looks good so far with the draft. I think they're not going for the objective clearly, like Star Nova. I don't think so. These Brawlers are meant to be objective Brawlers in heist, but hey, like they know what they're doing, right? They know better than us. And yeah, we are in the match. We have early pressure by the red team in the middle of the map itself, and the blue team struggling around so far.
Yeah, GBD haven't had a great outing so far in the entire picture, but yeah, Nova gets taken down. Hiroshi gets thrashed by Rice. And that Miko, it is kind of something that you look forward, but Primey gets some of those kills. Response is in the mix. He will be looking for to shut him down. Supernova assisting as much as possible. Primey still in the contention, wants to give so much damage. Hiroshi, it drops down the safe health to 79%, but WIGGLYSPOO'S one drops down to 72. Miko did some hefty amount of damage on the other end, so you have to watch out for that as well. We've seen what REVENANT XSPARK they had to face in the map for Heist, but this time the storyline can be a bit different. Hiroshi response way too up close and personal, and you can see the damage they will inflict. They got so many kills, and now there's nobody to defend that save for now, while we can see Rice is looking forward to inflict similar kind of damage towards the opposition's end.
Wow, both the team knows exactly what at the stake is. They're finding space where there wasn't any a minute ago, right? One successful push could change everything. This is where composure becomes invaluable. Hypercharge coming in from the Carl. I'm not quite sure the screen is stuck, but yeah, Senna is having the super and gets a connection on Primey, eventually taking him down with the poison he gets. Okay, the Lobster is on the save, dealing massive damage. 10% is left. The Miko is trying hard, doing the objective all alone there. Now a great defense is all what they need in order to push back again. Hypercharge available for the Primey. He's gonna take the save. It's not gonna be enough, and one last kick is gonna finish things off. Primey taking up the Prime again.
This is crazy. First round underway, and yep, WIGGLYSPOO, they're also closer for the highest game, and they are already 1-0 ahead. They will be looking forward to seize the victory in the second one itself. Just looking into it, GBG, they don't even seem like a competition this time for WIGGLYSPOO. Yeah, it was a little bit tough. Yeah, they are having some duels indeed, but so far, so good. WIGGLYSPOO, they have been the dictators of this game.
I really like the value that you can come up with the Star Nova gadget, right? You can just reach out the safe, even if you land, if you die. I don't know, I'm not quite sure why the team is unhappy with the Star Nova there, but she's dashing around, she's gonna hit some shots. She also heals some HP. I'm not quite sure. I mean, I think they're just there for the defense and they're leaving Star Nova alone for all the damage. Super available for Primey. He might dive in because he see one of them with low HP, but no, he doesn't connect to Senna. Senna is 1 HP again, and a nice connection to the safe, and the super is available for Primey yet again. So much damage coming in, 60% to 84. Now not looking good for the blue team so far. They don't have much for defense, as I don't think so it's easy to defend as an Angelo or Carl. You just don't have enough DPS, and yeah, I think they should just accept the fate already. 30% to 53 now, not much defense coming in. Hiroshi flies off, but it's gonna go down eventually. Primey is still alive. Few more kicks can finish things off.
Yeah, last one shot coming in, and this is done and dusted. WIGGLYSPOO, they win the second one, they win the third set of the series, and yeah, Primey, you can chill down right away. Brawl Stars Challenges Southeast Asia, the final quarterfinals is where they have drawn the line, and yeah, WIGGLYSPOO, they will be advancing as the fourth semi-finalist in the picture. They will be pretty happy with the kind of game they had so far in the entire mix. Yeah, it was an easy peasy one. All the games went 2-0, 2-0 and 2-0 itself, as they will be facing LZT Stings tomorrow in the semi-finals too, and for LZT it's going to be a tough competition for sure.
Definitely, they are really looking for the revenge from REVENANT XSPARK. They really want to reach out to the finals again, and they want to do it in the final itself, right? I mean, you just can't afford to come in season 2 again to the finals against the same team. Let's have a look in the highlights from the previous game from this game mode. I didn't see the blue team cooking up a lot of pressure, right? Miko was the only objective brawler there. Carl was supposed to do so as well, but they were forced to stay behind to do the objective. But Primey, kills after kills, kicks after kicks, and the good thing that he can just chain the shots. He can just just like that, he just hit the safe and just he went for the Angelo. Just amazing game sense, and I think I wouldn't have expected Primey or any person to pick Fang in general in a game mode like this, especially in this map. I would not go Fang, but they knew it. They know the draft better than anyone else, and this leads to victory. The game sense, the experience says it all.
Yeah, and now this is time that we have witnessed another big win for WIGGLYSPOO, a smooth one, while Primey has 25 kills only with 3 deaths. Just don't go by his face. He looks innocent, but when it's time for game, he is a monster, an absolute monster that you do not want to face in your opposition side. While in a quick comparison, you've got Senna on the other end. The difference is surreal. 16 to 3 deaths is what we're seeing. 11 to 25 kills is what we're seeing. And now we can understand that what Primey is actually capable of.
Definitely, all the losers team from today have still, flashed us brilliance in all the games, despite the losses. But a lose is a lose, a win is a win. You have to go home just like that. WIGGLYSPOO team is gonna head on to day number 2 with that win over GBD. Amazing drafts coming in, and I'm not even. I hate to say this, but I'm not even surprised at this point, right? They're going for a long run, and yeah, that's what they're here for. the series is far from over, and a few adjustments could completely change the game for those opposing team, right? But yeah, still very played GGs, and this is the final bracket we have. We can see Revenant XSPARK versus Chocolate Banana, which is gonna be in the semi-finals first game tomorrow, whereas LZT Stings versus WIGGLYSPOO'S team tomorrow in the second game in semis.
Oh yeah, this is how the bracket looks. The first two semis and the finals. Again, it is going to be in the same BO5 format. Each match will consist of 5 different sets, and out of which, if you win 3, you walk as the winner. You advance to the grand finals. Revenant XSPARK, Chocolate Banana, a very important matchup. Then you have got LZT Stings versus WIGGLYSPOO. 2 back-to-back entertaining matches is what we will be witnessing in the day 2 of Brawl Stars Challenger Southeast Asia. It's going to be the Season 2 action that we are witnessing. It was day 1. This is me, Necros, along with AJ7. We had Star Clashing with us joining in the competition. This is Brawl Stars Challenger Southeast Asia. Season number 2 is what you're witnessing. Today, the quarterfinals are done. Tomorrow, we get the winner of Season 2. So, for now, make sure you subscribe to the channel, tap the bell icon, and we'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same place. Till then, bye-bye, take care, see ya.